And fuck you, Greg.
Greg.
I wasn't paying attention. Oh
You're
well.
never paying attention. All
I,
right.
I'm thinking about sketch.
Welcome back to another episode of Failed Attempt, where a collection of assholes sit around and try to play Dungeons and Dragons with a really cute cat that's very distracting. I could just watch him the entire time. This is gonna be our game. We're not doing anything. We're just gonna watch a hiccup.
Cat cam.
Can be feisty.
Check, check. 13 stack sausage. Meat on meat.
Okay, well, that was a really great game. Good night.
Woo!
No, don't do it. All right. So where we left off, Jake, I will start with you. You were sent to the Sandy Fern to find Near. When you arrived, he was not there. You did spend some time shopping around in the store waiting for him because you were told that he might be back.
Okay.
During that time, Garrison went in to acquire some items that you weren't really paying attention to. Vidar ended up showing up with a couple of pails of water and some of the neighborhood kids that then acquired Garrison and left the store. You then heard the shopkeep mention that he was at the western basically docks where they load all of the carts to send them off to Glady.
I'm gone.
That is where you would have gone, yes.
Yeah.
Just explain, that's where you would have gone. In the interim, what you missed was a very fun time. I believe Merida and Yorick and Steven all stayed on Gladys.
Yep.
A couple of the kids and one of the parental figures that were helping with the binding of all of the wooden logs and the distribution of the water, which Vidar was also helping, ended up seeing Gladys on the outskirts of Cooper Tandem and got very excited and wanted to go see her. Vidar tried to say no, didn't work out too well, and the parental mother figure said, "Sure, let's go." And she brought, I think, what was it, 7 of them?
12.
12?
Was it 12?
12.
I
I
don't think
killed
it was
12
12.
kids.
children.
Because it was
last
6
session.
girls, 6 boys.
No, I think it was. It may have been. I don't know.
It was 12.
I killed 12
altogether.
children. That's all that matters.
I don't know how many, but Garrison was immediately reminded of the cart with Vernon, how he ended up kidnapping a couple of the orphans and then poisoning them to literal death. So he didn't want to go. He steadfast and just watched everyone go to this potential disaster. So as they went around the ship, Gladys immediately went into her defensive, there's strangers around mode. And the more she shuddered and shook, the more interested the children became, until she began whipping down and grabbing them and bringing them up onto the ship, and quite literally like wrapped around and pulled them to one of her chairs and was refusing to let them go.
Oh no.
Thankfully, no damage was done to Gladys or
Thank
the
God.
children for that matter. At the end
I
of
don't
it,
care
everyone
about the
was freed.
children.
But there was the potential of that, which now Garrison and Vidar both know. Gladys is, and this is a weird sentence to say, an extraterrestrial squid ship is partial to children. Let me make that sentence very clear.
Plus,
not
I
a-
wasn't there.
Plus, you weren't there. However, someone was able to manage the escape without harm, which that can be explained later. I'm not doing it. And that is where we left off. So, Jake, since you weren't here, we're going to start with you.
Hell yeah.
You would have gone to the western part of Cooper Tandem, heading toward Gaudium, and it's not really walking to the outskirts of the city. You would have gone out of the Sandy Fern and further off to the western part, which the buildings there became less buildings and became more wagons and horse-drawn carriages, and like the business part of the logging portion of Cooper Tandem, where everything gets loaded, where everything gets bound, and where everything gets shipped off. Now, again, as a reminder, the first time you guys were here, this was happening before that big sandstorm came in. That you're still all assuming was Ellenwyn Crow. You never actually found out who did it. And as you came back into Cooper Tandem, everything was rebuilt and everything was back to being beautiful and everything was way more sturdy than it was before. The materials were different. But as you go to the western part, you see all of these wagons and all of these carriages, and they're loading some, and some are already gone. You see some off in the distance being pulled, and not just by horses. This is where your knowledge of Coast City comes in. Where as you get to this dock, you see one going off that's being pulled by 2 horses, but then you see another one being pulled off by a metal golem creature.
Oh, cool.
What you know is an automaton.
Yeah.
But you immediately know that's Coast City right there. Which those did not exist here the first time you came in. There was no sign of any of that here. It was all just basic elements. It also, the question continues to rise, where are they getting all these logs? Because as you look to your left and your right, the forest is, where is it?
Right.
How are they getting all of this here? Because you guys haven't been far enough to the outskirts of the northern or southern sides to see the trails going. You don't know how they're getting it. You do know that there's a forest nearby, or at least there used to be one. They could have chopped it all down by now. But as you approach, you see the metal-shaped golem pulling one, regular horses pulling another, regular horses pulling another. Like, there's not a whole lot of the golems here. You see one that literally has like 2 small halfling size metal golems pulling on one of them, so it's not all the big golems. It's some of them are really like 4-foot automatons. Some of them are 6 and 7-foot automatons. And not all of them are pulling the carriages. Some of them are actually picking up the big bundles and putting them on the cart. And that appears to be their only job, is to pick up these 1,000 to 1,200 pound bundles and put them on, and then they just go away. And in the middle of all of this, you see the dwarven and the elvish separate, and then of course the crossbreed children that are bringing the small planks of wood over, or helping with the binding, or bringing the water over for people to drink, and whatever else they're doing, wash off the carts, give water to the horses, even cleaning the automatons. in the middle of all this chaos, you see Nier.
Let's go!
With his familiar, gigantic, lens-like, pure black eyes, and his weird, like, Harry Potter tilted black hat that seems almost fused to his head, and his familiar, like Ellenwyn when she transforms into her witch, the stretchy, leathery, gray skin that folds down into a beard much like mine, full set of teeth. Although the mouth, it doesn't go up like Ellenwyn's did. His mouth goes over this way. So like where the corners of the lips are, they're actually back here by the chin bone, all the way back. And now he's not on a wagon, so he appears to be like just underneath 5 foot, skinny as a rail, literally like beanpole. His arms are probably about that thin. And I mean from like shoulder down to the wrist, and then he's got really long, thin, almost knife-like fingers. But his hands, like this part of his hands, are huge. So he's got these really thin arms, and then these big hands, and these really. It's strange to look at him, and his posture is almost like an S shape. It's really strange to look at him from the side, but there he is, and you recognize his 2 cart.
Yeah, it's right there. Okay.
Yeah. It's
Maldor.
right there in the middle of all the chaos.
Maldor has his hands up with the giant Gary skull above his head as he's walking towards near.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
And okay, so you hold this giant head up that is still bleeding as you're walking with it.
No, it's a skeleton.
Yeah,
So you guys did peel the skin off. Never mind.
I burnt.
Yeah, we told him to burn it off because it smelled so bad.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so it's just the skull. There's still remnants of it on the skull because fire never really gets rid of anything or everything. So there's that deep muscle that the flames weren't able to reach. So you have had some of that like muscle mucus. Not a whole lot though. It still smells very foul. Not gonna lie, because you didn't cleanse it. You just burnt it off. But you're holding this giant thing above your head, and he kind of turns, and as he turns, his feet stay in one direction.
Oh, that's awesome.
But the upper half of his body goes,
Yeah,
I was like, what do you
just
That's
twists over like a corkscrew, and he's
yeah.
again.
How are you? How are you
And
doing?
he lifts up his weird arm. It's been a while.
It's been a long while. I've been through some shit, man.
I like that. Where did you get that?
I killed it.
Bring it here. And it's like really, it's like his finger would be about this long.
That's
It's just
tasty.
bring it here.
Awesome. Yeah. Maldor's gonna walk over with the giant skull.
You just and you're leaving footprints in the ground as you go because of like all this weight on top of you above your head. It's just okay. And you like how close do you drop the head? Do you just walk up to him holding it?
Put it down nicely, right
put it down.
beside.
You see him kind of like with his really long, weird fingers just glide them across the skull. I've never seen something like this before.
I know, right?
What do you want for it?
What do you have? Show me your coolest shit.
How's that sword treating you?
Well, I haven't. I figured out that it can does something with 1 second.
That's my collarbone.
It does some
It does some
does some
does something with illusion and divination. I don't really know how to use it yet, though.
Yeah, you also found out that it was wielded by like the holiest of holy.
Holiest, yeah.
Yeah, during the war. That is
It's
what
like-
they used.
It sounds
Like
like
the archbishop of
Yeah.
holy that was what they would have used. Yeah, it's illusion and divination magic is what you were able to identify.
Mhm.
I see. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Working on it. I can't wait to use it, you know.
Well, from what I do know,
Oh.
divination, you have to be divine to use it. You don't seem like the type. But good luck anyway.
take that again.
This skull is fascinating. Where did this come from?
We killed the giant fucking bird, man.
Tried to
This-
eat my friends alive.
This came from a bird.
Yeah, it's a goose. Like a giant big-ass goose.
Huh.
It almost ate my friends.
And you see him like out of nowhere, he pulls this book out. That's basically like the size of Yorick's book in this really weird big hand that he has for these tiny arms. He pulls this book out of nowhere. Like where would he fit this thing? It's wider than his
Right.
body, but he just pulls this book out.
I like him.
And he just with his really long fingers just Gary. I've been looking for him. Puts the book away.
Oh my god!
These
No way, it's actually Gary!
and these wide black eyes get even like bigger to the point where they bulge out and get big, like bigger than his head. What will it take for you to part with this? And like as he looks up at you, like the eyes are like as big as your face at this point. They're bulging off his skull this way and this way, and there's like a very little space with this thin nose in between that's taking up most of his head.
Well,
Will you
show me everything you have.
step into my cart?
Of course, he's gonna pick it up and walk into
No,
the
no,
cart.
no, no! Don't leave the skull alone. It must be preserved. This is
Got a
a
point.
very famous bird.
Really?
Just go
Yeah.
look in my cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna walk in the cart.
And now
Okay.
where otter.
So but just like before, when you opened up the cart, it's all manner, just because like you can't identify any of this shit, but it's all manner of just weird things that you've seen. It's you see like just these components for spells that you can immediately recognize because you've been walking around with spellcasters. So
Right.
you see garlic, and you see ears, and you see all manner of weird things and beakers floating around, all different colors of potions, and you see daggers with different colored gems in them, from like silver handles, avoid those, to gold
Yeah.
handles, to copper. You see swords and axes, and you see necklaces and rings, and just all manner of different shit like you did before. As you opened up it just easily identifiable as like that's a sword, to what in the hell is that thing? There's size, and
Any
there's
guns?
yeah.
What
From
do
your
we got for
knowledge of
guns?
From your knowledge of Coast City, it looks like it would be a firearm. The kind, you see the same contraption I described to you before, that you would hold with two hands, and it looks like there's a trigger on it. But what it does, what kind of gun it is, who made it, pretty much the same shit that you saw in Charlie's back half. You also see the little
Yeah.
robots that you saw
I
in
do.
Charlie's clock. You see
Okay,
the little robots.
I'm gonna pick up one of those,
Okay.
and then I'm also gonna pick up that gun.
Okay, so this gun, even for you, even in your were-shark form, you'd have to hold it with two hands. So
Right.
in your tiefling form, in your normal form, it would be more like a shotgun, like a 12
Oh.
gauge like a 12 gauge double barrel. In your
Should've loaded my
in your
boomstick.
were-shark form, it would be more like a sawed-off. You'd be able to
Yeah.
hold it with one hand if you wanted to, but you don't know the power of it. It's got two triggers on it. One trigger is blue, one trigger is red. And it's got two barrels on it. One barrel is blue, one barrel is red. Although the weird part is the red trigger goes to the blue barrel.
Hmm.
And the blue trigger goes to the red barrel.
Awesome.
And then
Got
there is one pump in the middle that looks it very clearly.
It's a shotgun.
pulled
I
back.
fucking love it.
Yeah.
All right. And then I'm also gonna take
And,
a handful of like jewelry.
There's the part that you know, again, because your knowledge of Coast City is very limited, but
Right.
you do know how they create it, and Charlie schooled you on a couple of things that when you were
Yeah.
curious. You know the part that you put against your shoulder, but there's also a what looks like a metal piece that would wrap around the shoulder and hook underneath the arm
Oh, sweet. Okay.
to stabilize
Nice.
it. So you take that,
And then I'm
you
just gonna grab a handful of jewelry.
one of
All
the little
kinds.
robots,
One of the little robots and a handful.
and then
of
a handful of jewelry. Okay. I will work on adding all of this to your sheet, but for right
Awesome.
now, just know you have it.
Got it.
You're not proficient in firearms, so just know
Obviously,
that
I've never. Yeah.
if you
We'll work on
choose
it.
to use it, yeah, you're not gonna have the extra roll.
Yeah. I'll just have to get proficient with it.
There's also gonna be a roll you're gonna have to make sure that you squeeze the trigger correctly and don't break the gun.
Oh, okay.
That kind of thing. So it's just the learning
Yeah,
curve.
you'll just have to put it on my character sheet, and
Yeah.
I'll figure it all out.
It's just the learning curve. Like
Yeah.
the way that I do it is if you roll high enough a couple of times, you learn it. Just
All
like
right.
that.
Yeah. All right. He's gonna walk out and be like, "Hey,
Yes, and his eyes went back to normal, but you can see that he's starting to like peel the burnt and unburnt leftover like muscle off the skull and like cleaning the 6-foot neck that you left on it, and just starting to like he has like a white rag in one hand that he's starting to take across like he's polishing the skull, and then the other one is taking the muscle off ever so gently, and like the fingers on the hand with the rag actually went to like a normal size finger, where the ones that are peeling became flat and longer, and he's peeling the muscle off. Yes.
I got what I wanted. A handful of jewelry, gun, a little robot. It's all yours.
Fantastic. Take it.
Also, I have a question. I have a couple questions for you. How can I find you? And also, do you have anything you're actually looking for? Because we'll find it for you.
Oh, you can't ever really find me.
Oh,
It's usually by accident.
Yeah.
Although I like you. So
Yeah.
maybe, just maybe, I'll send and his fingers like launch towards you in a non-aggressive way, but more a creepy way.
Mhm.
They like get within an inch of your face. I'll stick my feelers out to find you every once in a while. And he kind of wiggles them and then brings them back in.
Works with me. I'll see you again soon then. I like you a lot too.
Fantastic.
Salad fingers.
I would identify that jewelry before you, or you know what? Do whatever you want.
Oh, I plan on giving it to my friend, and I'm gonna hope he puts it on and he gets cursed. So we'll see what happens.
Let me know. I'm curious.
Oh,
I have
I'll
no
let
idea
you
what
know.
any of that does.
Now we'll figure it out.
And he looks at the gun and I like you. And just continues doing whatever he's doing. And as you're looking around talking to him, as you're observing the area, all the people that he was talking to, one of them is throwing up behind one of the carts. Two of them are like very, very disgustedly talking to each other without looking at each other, observing what he's doing. And then there's a couple of children that have surrounded the left side of this giant skull near the beak of it, just watching him ever so closely polishing it. This is awesome. I've never seen this before. Why are you polishing that? Never mind. That's cool. It smells weird. Where did this come from? Mom, where did this come from? And like, so the adults are grossed out and the children are curious as usual. But yes. So you have your pile of jewelry. I would say within that jewelry, within that pile that you grabbed, you grabbed 3 rings, 2 necklaces, and an amulet. An amulet that's not attached to anything.
Got it.
The amulet that you grabbed is it's a black diamond shape with silver edges.
Can I confirm it to be a diamond?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
It's a diamond. Well, it's a diamond shape. Diamond shape. It's about this big. It's a diamond shape and it's got real silver edges.
Oh, fuck. Wait,
Okay.
how does my hand feel? Did I
Because
just barely not grab it?
Well, no, because the edges are gold. So the frame of it is gold.
Oh, so the inside. I got you.
The inside, like the gem itself that has been pressed into this gold plate, is black with pure silver, which when you're holding it, just looking at it, no.
Yeah, I don't like all that.
You're able to look at it, but it's not attached to a necklace of any kind. It has the spot for a necklace, but it's not attached to one. But you can, from your knowledge of jewelry, you're able to see that this was a stone that was pressed into a plate. So it was fused in.
I'm going to ask Yorick.
Okay. So 3 rings, 2 necklaces, and that amulet. The necklaces, they don't have anything on them. They look like just basic chains. Both of them are gold. They're pretty heavy. They're pretty solid. They don't feel fake. Cool. And then the rings, one of the rings is a solid red. Ooh. Solid red. And in the middle of it, on the inside, where it would be against your skin, is like gold laced calligraphy.
Yeah, are any of them engraved by anything? Any engravings?
Well, that's what I mean. One of them
Yeah.
has a gold lace calligraphy on the inside of the red one.
What does it say, or what is
You
it?
can't
Okay.
read it. It's
Not
not
my
a
language?
language. No.
Oh, okay.
None of your languages actually. And then the other two look like just basic gold.
All right, I'm gonna have York put one on.
You're gonna have York put one on.
Yeah.
Common, infernal, and thieves can't. Yeah, no. Okay. One of the gold rings that looks basic gold ring as you're looking at it on the outside of it. Actually, I will message you this.
Oh my god, if you gave me Gollum's invisibility ring, I'm gonna cry.
No, this isn't Lord of the Rings.
That would have been so badass, though.
He's not that general.
I'm not that cool.
Hey, I gave him an idea, though, so.
Hey.
I love finding loot.
Okay. So I
Interesting.
messaged you that
I'm gonna put that one on
immediately.
immediately.
Okay. I will describe to you what happens later. On to
Malador's
the
dead.
rest of the team.
Awesome.
Even more.
Unfortunately, none of them are around to see it, so that kind of sucks. Because actually, no, Garrison would be the only one because at this exact time, that's when you dropped off the last group of the kids. So as you're dropping off the last group of children, you see Malador over near the western part because you had dropped the kids off at the center where all the bundles were being built before they were being bound, right? You dropped
Yep.
them off right there. So as you're looking around, you notice Malador had left the store and gone over there, and you see him fumbling around with something. You see him put his hand up and put a ring on. And from this distance, as soon as he puts the ring on, you see him start to spin around in a circle.
I'm a Beyblade.
Well, no, not not really fast. You like very,
Aw.
very slowly. He starts to spin around in a circle, almost like he can't control what he's doing. And no, you can't. You just find yourself spinning. But the pattern in which he starts to spin becomes very, very familiar to you, Garrison, because you touched one once and got teleported.
Oh,
Touched one once.
the door insignia.
Not the door insignia. You remember the foot pattern you touched?
The footprints.
That
Oh, the
was me.
footprint
I did
and,
that.
Yeah, he followed you.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
goblin footprint.
The
'Cause
goblin footprints.
Everybody
So
else
you see him start to spin around in a circle, and then he starts doing a spiral pattern, and then Malador's
Fuck.
Well,
Fuck.
And now he's gone.
But what's left behind on the ground is that same spiral pattern that you
Yeah.
touched before. Only it's not little goblin footprints. It's big tiefling footprints.
It's Malador footprint. Go touch him. Go touch him, please, Garrison. Please. Garrison, don't leave me.
I would have preferred to see that. I would have gone back to the ship.
later.
Well,
Good decision.
Jake, much to his non-knowledge, because he flies back to the ship, within 6 seconds you reappear.
Oh, thank God. Where did I go?
From what you could tell when you vanished, it was a very awkward thing. It was really, really windy to the point where you couldn't really make anything out.
Okay. Do I still have the ring on?
Yes, you still have it on.
Okay, I'm gonna take the ring off and just put it away.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go back to the ship.
All right. So
So-
Garrison flies to the ship where everyone else is. And what are the rest of you doing? Garrison, what are you doing when you get to the ship, first of all? And what are the rest of you doing while you're there?
So
Because at this point, the rest of you saw Garrison fly off with the last remaining of the children. Vidar, you figured out what you figured out when it came to Gladys. The rest
Mhm.
of you watched Garrison fly away with the remainder of the kids who were unharmed.
I
And
was
now,
bed in the gallows.
what's up?
I was hiding under the bed in the gallows because I didn't
That's
want to
right.
children.
Yep, that's right.
I would have went back to the room and rested up.
And
Yeah.
Vidar, what are you doing? And
I
Steven.
would have gone back down to where we all sleep and just laid in bed.
Okay. And Steven?
Like sitting on his bed writing another book.
Okay. So Garrison, you go back to the ship and there is no one on the top deck. From what you can tell, everyone's either below deck or gone.
Okay. In my mind, I'm like, all right, well, Malador's gone. So
Now's our chance.
So probably should just start packing up and leave the ship here. Since nobody can drive it. And yeah, no, I'm just gonna go downstairs. And,
As you go downstairs, you see everybody.
yeah. Like, oh, hey guys. So funny story. I just saw Malador. He must have found Nier, and I don't know, he disappeared.
What do you mean?
What do you
he
mean?
disappeared?
Just
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point I shouldn't have to explain it, because it happens so much.
Fair.
Like,
He
fair.
just,
to his tent
yeah,
and
he
never
just,
came out,
he
or are we
just
talking
disappeared.
like,
I don't know.
and then he's gone?
Yeah. Yep.
But I shouldn't have to even tell you guys. I should just be able to come down here, say Malador's gone, and that's it.
Yeah.
For 6
So-
rounds.
Let me take a slight guess here. He went to go find a man to sell the goose to. The man probably has all of these random mythical objects. Malador found one, and that's why he disappeared. I get 5 platinum. I'll tell you, that's exactly what happened.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So
That does sound like something Malador would do.
Yeah, it tracks.
should we cut our losses and go, or should we chill around and wait and see if he comes back?
We could leave a note for him.
How?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Such a fucking, that is a brutal callback right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
that's
why would
exactly
we
what Malador said.
Yeah,
Hell yeah!
I like it.
Nice. We can just leave a note for him. That's such a. That is
I'm gonna
That's
tear a
good.
page out of my book, one of the blanks,
touche.
and just scribble on it where we're
Oh,
going.
hey guys, what's going on?
You're not back yet.
I'm like, anyone want to bet against me? 5 platinum. Anybody?
I don't even have platinum.
Loser.
Bitch
I'm
ass.
broke. I'm broke.
You're just rich from being the only panda in Coast City.
I just got rich because I decided to, Jack, paint me like one of your French girls, and I got paid for
You're
it.
making me smish the bean.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess we could wait for like, I don't know, 5 minutes, and then if Malador's not back, because I think he's the only one that can fly the ship, right?
No,
No,
I mean, Vidar,
no.
Pretty sure.
you
I don't know
took it
anybody.
over for like 5 seconds, but do you think Gladys will actually let you fly her?
I think so.
It'll probably be comfortable for a while, but somebody could do it.
not it.
I
I
mean,
mean, I've already
I
sat in the
definitely.
chair. Gladys has already been inside me, so
That is a
Aw,
wonderful sentence right there.
you and Malador are Eskimo brothers. That's so cute.
We did kiss on top of the ship.
no, that is not canon.
By the
It
way, Yorick has a new pillow, and it's his new big spoon. So you've been replaced.
Wow.
Well, that's okay.
Wow.
If one
Well,
of
look, Yorick got replaced by a squid ship, so
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Vidar can attract anything.
That's what she said.
Hmm If he was a bard, Gladys would be pregnant right now.
Ollie, what are you, Gladys? Everybody would be pregnant.
You know, there's called consent.
Everybody and everything.
Hey, you know what? When I played a bard, he ended up with like 300 children.
Okay, let me just roll a persuasion real quick and see what I get.
Oh shit,
For
I'm
what?
pregnant.
That's a 17, or no, not a, that's a 23.
For what?
Everybody's
Persuasion,
pregnant.
just an example roll.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't get lower than a 23.
Yeah, can't get lower than a 23.
Okay.
That's
So,
fucking disgusting.
what, impregnating a squid ship?
No, that he can't roll lower than a 23 on
Oh.
persuasion.
That's like
Well, I mean,
Doric.
well, I mean, he could impregnate a squid ship.
I'm
You
not
would just have to
impregnating
persuade
this
it.
bitch.
He can try, yeah.
Have little baby Gladyses flying around
No, we're not. No,
that are also furry because he's a satyr.
let's not.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Let's not start on this.
Furry squids.
Oh no!
I'm gonna work on the artwork for that. Let's
Yeah, give me a
Oh.
furry squid.
I'm pretty sure we could find some degenerate artist out there that'll draw it up for us.
Oh yeah.
Merida's on it.
Oh great! All right.
But
So,
yeah,
yes.
So guys, I mean, I don't know. I guess we could.
I mean, I'd be cool waiting like 5 minutes because I really do not want to drive around Gladys.
I mean, but like, is he really gonna be back in 5 minutes? Like, it took us 6 months to get out of that alternate.
I
Well,
mean,
that's why I'm only giving it 5 minutes. Either he
Yeah.
immediately comes back, or we're just gonna go.
This is how you guys talk about Malador while he's gone.
You
Yeah.
should have heard it when you weren't actually here.
Yeah, so
I mean, you're here right now.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
While Malador's an NPC space, we shit on him.
Fair enough.
We take fat shits on him.
I mean, to be fair, y'all shit on everybody when they're in NPC space. So
Mm-hmm.
Nature of the beast.
yes,
But yeah.
How dare you not be present for a session?
yes,
I'm pissing in your Cheerios.
I'm pissing in your Cheerios.
and yes. 5 minutes later, coming down the stairs.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, thank God.
Fuck.
What do you mean by that,
Sorry,
Garrison?
you just say God for him showing up.
I don't want to drive Gladys. I don't want to drive Gladys.
You know, there's
Y'all
an
are
option where we
rude.
don't
I
have
was
to.
gonna show you my new things.
What was that, Malador?
Fuck you.
What? What happened?
He is
Malador's back.
nothing but nice to you.
Oh, welcome back, Malador.
Yeah, I hope you die.
It's
Look,
great. It's great to
pulls
see
out-
you.
He pulls out the robot. Robot.
Who was there with you when you went into
Everybody.
Charlie's? Huh?
Everybody.
I know
Because we
I
stopped
was.
there before we stopped here.
Merida was.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the entire team.
Garrett.
Vidar wasn't there. That was one of the sessions he missed. He wasn't there.
Oh.
I don't know about yours.
I think it was Steven, Merida,
And Garrison.
and Garrison.
Yeah,
'Cause-
Yorick wasn't there either.
I don't remember what I was doing.
Yeah, Yorick wasn't there. But yes, he pulls
You were
out a
talking-
robot.
you were having a meeting with your dad.
Yep, that's right.
Talking with my dad.
He pulls out just a little like Johnny, like number 5 from Short Circuit.
Yeah.
Pulls out a little robot about 6 inches tall. And that's what he's holding in his hand.
What do you guys think?
Is that thing called the Bullet
Huh?
from Adam and Eve's?
Oh yeah! Brought to you by Adam and Eve's butt plugs.
Yes, it's an Adam and Eve's butt plug. There you go. But from what you guys remember of the description, it's the robot that you activate, you send it out, and it explodes.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
Cool.
Valdor kind of shifts to his side, and you see a big ass fucking shotgun on his back.
Awesome.
And then Yorick,
What?
I need you to identify this. He just holds out a shit ton of jewelry.
Yeah, 2 necklaces, an amulet, and 2 rings, or 3 rings, because he took the one off.
No, it's in his bag. He knows what that does.
Do you know?
Go.
Kind of, sorta.
Okay.
Hold on.
Give
Over
me
with.
just a moment.
I'm just
And
just drop it in his hand.
What did you give?
hey,
Yep. So you've got 2 rings, an amulet, and 2 necklaces. Vidar and Garrison, you guys immediately become very familiar with the black diamond. This one does have a silver edging to it, but it's a bigger version of the one
Of the
you
one that
picked
I
up.
have,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull it out and just kind of.
Hey, what's
And
that?
in
Nothing.
comparison, the one that you have is half the size of the one Yorick now has. Yours doesn't have the silver edge,
Mm-hmm.
but it is the same shape and the same color.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it out and walk up next to York and just kind of hold them up close to each other.
Hey, look, that's a bigger one of that.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna look at York and I'm gonna say, this is the one that was left behind by Elwyn.
Merida's gonna perk up.
do you think it's possible that they're similar in origin?
Possibly, and it's half the size of that one, which is making me think that whatever that came from is a lot bigger and badder than Elwyn.
So what you guys are saying is I should put it on.
Probably not. Give me some time.
Can he figure it out what it does first?
Yeah.
Possibly, and Vidar's gonna pocket his little stone back.
All right. I'm gonna start inspecting all the different pieces of jewelry.
Vidar, just out of curiosity,
What's up, man?
which hand did you have that gem in?
Right hand.
Okay.
Wow.
Nothing.
Mwah.
Insight check on DM.
You fail.
Roll
Rats.
natural 60. Tell me what we do.
You roll a high enough insight check to where you realize that Vidar's a made-up character, and this is all just a dream.
It's all a dream.
And you're really trapped in an insane asylum somewhere.
Do I have my grippy socks?
You've got like toe frog socks.
There we go. Room reveal. Padded balls.
You've got toe frog socks that don't have enough toes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you all doing from here?
You didn't tell me
I'm-
about the jewelry.
I'm waiting to see what York finds out about, specifically the jewelry that looks like his rock.
Okay.
I'm
Garrison's gonna
everything.
be like look at Malin, be like, well, while he's identifying it, we should probably start heading to Gaudium. Right?
Sure, do you want to try shooting my gun?
That's what she said.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't know what it does.
Yeah, I don't know what it does either.
Yorick, do you have identify?
I do not have identify. I have detect.
Well, yeah.
Identify.
But I mean, without, I mean, do you cast detect magic?
Yes.
Okay. So as you detect magic, not only do you get the magical components of everything that your team has, the pocket that Vidar has, the little gem in glows. Anything Malador, Steven, Garrison, Merida, anything you guys are wearing glows. The 2 regular gold necklaces, not a lick. The red ring glows a very deep blue.
Buggy.
The other regular gold ring doesn't glow at all. The amulet, however, that one puts off such a deep shade. It's literally the same black as the gem itself.
Understood.
Um,
I'm gonna relay that information.
Give me my shit back.
As you're relaying that information, that black that the gem is giving out from the detect magic spell starts to consume the entirety of the room.
Oh, jeez. Here we go again.
here we go.
My childhood, man.
I bought a boss battle.
It has been a while since we fought something.
The last time we fought something.
It's been like one session.
Yeah, I fought the giant goose. Like, what do you
I was gonna say
mean?
it's been like once. Hey, your screen is like gone. You have a cat in front of it.
Yeah, we have a hiccup that's attacking the big scary computers.
Before the room gets consumed.
Oh no, you guys don't see it.
Oh, okay.
But I will let them know that, hey, this thing's doing some fucky wucky shit.
Give me my shit back.
The red ring, does it look
I'm taking
similar
all
to
of
the
it.
one what's his face had?
No.
Okay. But you
No,
said it was
see
writing on it?
that one was a gold ring, but only the middle of it was red.
Oh, okay.
And the one that you're wearing is the orange. It's not the entire ring. It's got the gold ring itself, but on the middle of it is a stripe. There was a red stripe and an orange stripe. You did the orange stripe, which was your fire resistance. This
Yeah.
one is completely red.
Yeah. And you said there was writing on it?
On the inside of the ring, there was
Can
a gold calligraphy, like
Ugh.
engraved and enlaced on the inside of it.
And you said
Could-
nobody can read it out of here?
You couldn't.
Yeah, I was gonna see, could I read it?
If Yorick gives it to you,
If I give it to him. I
because
could
that
request
is
Yorick,
for what you just asked is major metagaming. But yes,
Well, just because like if I'm looking at it and like
Yeah,
I see
I'll let
the,
everybody look at the ring. Yeah.
okay.
like
Malador would let everyone look at his jewelry. All right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Tell me
I
what
just
it says.
I
That'd
just
be
even
great.
meant just like in passing, like if I just like see it like in York's hand, if I see the lettering, if I can read it, you know.
Yes. Okay. It is once again in deep speech.
Oh, nice. He can read it.
I can't.
No one else can. So, Garrison, what you read on the inside of this ring, it's a very, very like beautiful gold laced calligraphy, either like it was written or literally like sewn into the ring. And as you're looking at it, reading it, as you're twirling it, the gold glows as you move the ring.
Yeah.
And what it says in deep speech is time.
Interesting. Just the word time.
Just the word time.
Huh.
Give me that shit back.
Yorick, it's still happening.
Yeah, whatever this magic is that this black stone amulet's giving off, it looks like it's trying to consume everything.
Oh.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first thing that's consumed me.
Giggity.
I'm just saying, be very, very careful.
So I
Because-
should put it on.
I would
Yes.
not.
Yeah, you think so, Steven?
Go ahead, see what happens.
I'm gonna put the red ring on.
Oh, I thought you
Okay.
meant the diamond.
No, the time ring.
Okay. I need a wisdom save from everyone but Malador.
Oh,
Son of
come
a-
on.
Why? Okay.
God, I hate you.
I have.
And if you have advantage, you no longer have advantage.
Well, that was my advantage.
I'm gonna freeze you guys just like my card. I know what it's.
Dirty 20.
Yep. That's an 11.
I got a 24.
Oh wait, I have to.
Womp womp.
4.
15.
Okay. So, Malador, Yorick, and Vidar.
Yep.
You stand there and watch as he puts the ring on, and from the ring, you see a yellowish yet clear bubble just expand until it fills the room. Garrison, Steven, and Merida freeze in place,
Oh, cool.
along with everything else in the room.
Jesus.
You no longer hear the breathing of Gladys. Everything just stops.
Hey, Malador, can you pull that off real quick?
Yeah, this thing's fucking cool.
Wait.
You all pop out of it.
Do we know?
Hey,
that
guys,
it's not
look!
frozen?
You did not know.
Hey guys, look at this. Puts it back on.
Nothing happens this time.
Okay. Yeah. It's gotta.
You don't know time froze because they didn't do anything while you were frozen. You have no idea. The only three that are aware of it are Malador, Yorick, and Vidar.
That could come in handy, Malador. Just make sure to keep it close, but be careful with it.
But
Please.
Why,
you
what?
guys do see when he says, "Hey, look," and puts it back on. Nothing happens.
Don't tell me.
What does
The
it do?
one-time use.
No, the ring didn't fall apart. So you can only assume it happens again. You just don't know.
Is it still glowing
Mhm.
for me? Okay. What
All
kind
right,
of
guys. The next one is the necklace.
It is giving off a school of magic you are not used to or familiar with.
The
Still have to
school
tell him.
bippity boppity boop.
Well,
I'm pretty sure you still
Now-
have to tell him.
Now, yes, because of the spell, I have to tell you the name of the school. It is Dunamancy.
Interesting.
But you've never heard of it, or studied it, seen it.
I mean, I still learned
Dude,
that.
Mancy? Like the dude?
No, Dune, D-U-N,
D-U-N-A-Y.
And worm.
Dunamancy.
The worms. Popcorn bucket.
It is the school of the bird.
Stolas.
Bird is the word?
It's the
Bird is the
school of the
word.
bird of the word.
Bird
Bird.
is
The school of bird
Bird.
is the word.
Bird. Bird.
All of the other ones, the amulet that's giving off the black fog that is now, by the way, consumed the entire room. And Yorick, you're still the only one that can notices, but to you, you are blind in a pitch black room. That this is a high level of necromancy.
I don't
Did
like-
the
Hi.
cloud stop spreading when Malador put the ring on?
Yes.
Did it freeze as well? Like the time? Yeah.
For Yorick, yeah. Well, he's the only one that. Good question. Yes, he's the only one that could see it expanding. But yes, it stopped when he put the ring on and the bubble came out. But as soon as he took the ring off, it continued to spread. So now for Yorick, everything is pitch black. But it is a very high level of necromancy.
Can I can I assume a ballpark level range?
7.
Fuck. All right.
I'm gonna put the necklace
Fuck with
on.
that.
What do you guys think about that?
I think
It's
It's
I'm
not a
thinking-
necklace; it's an amulet.
How many? I guess yeah.
Um,
Do any of these need attunement?
I mean, okay, so that's a. So Yorick, and actually Merida, both of you, and Steven a little bit, your guys' knowledge of magical or enchanted items, 99.9% of them need attunement. There's always a good chance. There's never really a magical item that you don't have to attune to in order to use it properly.
It's very, 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 very rare.
How to attune? That's
Yeah.
a different story.
You have to sit there and study it, don't you?
You have to sit there and study it, but you have to be aware of what you're studying.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that some of them, it's not just stare at it for an hour and all of a sudden you know. Some of them are like puzzles in themselves.
Yeah. You got to unlock that true potential.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a
So
wizard.
yes. So
Oh.
yes, Garrison, to answer your question, yes. They all do. The red ring and even the orange ring that you put on there, Garrison,
Yeah.
you threw it on your finger and you could tell that it worked because you held your hand above the flame and it didn't burn. But as that glowed blue, Yorick, I'm just going to say for the hell of it, would have filled you in. You have to attune to that item.
Yes.
You don't have to be magical to attune, but you
Right.
do have to attune. You have not fully unlocked its potential.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who's gonna
I'm
do
gonna
that on the way to Gaudium?
I'm gonna pass that information along to Garrison and just be like, you know that ring you have, it's definitely got more potential.
Yeah, it's not as dark. Oh, okay. Let me talk for Tyler. It's not as dark of a gray as the solid ring. It's lighter, but it's not like clear. It's definitely potential in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck it.
Cool.
And then
All right.
Yorick's colorblind.
That's what I mean. I'm talking for you so you can understand the different shades. It's not as a deep blue, it's not as a deep gray as the solid ring or the amulet, obviously. But it is giving off something.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you. I'm painting what you're priming.
Smelling what I'm stepping in? All right,
Uh-huh.
good. Fantastic.
You smell what the rock's cooking.
All right. Malador's gonna. He's gonna look at everybody. All right. Are you guys ready to leave?
I've got no more business in this town. Let's go.
I ain't got nothing.
All right. Let's
I
go.
ain't got nothing.
I
Gladys.
ain't not got nothing.
Ain't nothing here for me, Cletus. I'm going to Big Shitty.
Gladys, can you put this in deep storage, please? He's gonna put out the amulet.
So, instead of the tentacles coming down the stairs, you actually see a couple of small ones start to thread from the inner walls, from both sides to come over as you're holding up the amulet, they get within about 6 inches of each side and then retract back into the wall.
Got it. It don't like the amulet. Why though?
And
Because the ship is necromancy.
isn't that something? An extraterrestrial necromantic ship will not touch a necromantic amulet. Isn't that something?
It's almost like we shouldn't have it.
Fine.
It's mine.
Oh, Yorick, the moment Malador took a hold of it, the room went back to normal.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So it attuned to me.
So I can't have cool things.
Do I feel any different when I'm holding the amulet?
You feel
And it
like a
doesn't attune.
bitch
It
made
doesn't
boy.
attune that quick.
Right. If I like touch the black diamond in the middle, I know there's like silver in there, but can I just touch the black diamond? See what
Of course you
happens? Yeah, I'm gonna
Nothing.
Don't.
Nothing.
No.
Those gold necklaces, do they have clips on them? Like that I could attach something to them?
You're breathing in your
One
mic,
of
Harrison.
one of them is thin enough to where you could break one of the links open and then just put it back together. But
Yeah, I
you'd
want
have
to do
to.
that. I want to like make it a necklace.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow that.
Awesome. And then I'm just gonna put it in a bag or something. Then go upstairs and get the ship running.
Okay. You sit in
Oh
your
wait,
chair.
Garrison, get your ass up here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Do I have to?
Yes.
Oh man. And what would the rest of you like to be doing as Malador and Garrison go upstairs
I'm
to the
gonna
bedroom?
study in my book.
King's gonna go back to writing his new novel about killer birds terrorizing a small town.
There you go.
Yeah.
You should turn it into a movie.
Should.
Malador the Stark. Star.
We're tiptoeing on that line of copyright infringement, guys. Just so you know, just we're
Just a
tiptoeing
little
just
bit.
right on the line there.
Little
Malador
bit.
should
can
have,
play the role of the killer birds.
I think the killer birds.
You know, Steven, I
attack
really
the
loved your
plane.
book, Pet Funeral.
Can't forget about the movie Gooses on the Plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the play.
I will be right
What's a
back.
plane?
And and my favorite, that.
That.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, the what's the other one there? Is it
Green eggs and ham. Oh, that's Dr. Seuss.
I'm trying to think. So many.
Oh, and the other really good, the blinding. That
The
was a really good
blinding.
movie.
The doll.
The doll. The blinding. The dulling instead of the shining.
The dulling.
The dulling. Jesus Christ. A not secret garden.
Hmm.
A public garden. Anyway, what are you guys doing, for Christ's sake?
I think we are heading out. She got him.
Yeah, I'm just chilling down there.
Time to go
Alright.
find my mama.
Reading my
Your
book.
mama. Okay. So
Are we gonna have to roll days for this? Because it's
Just
not
one.
that far, right? Oh yeah, I
Just
didn't
one.
think it was that far.
that's just one. Just one roll will get you there. Unless
I'll
you
be
fuck
ready.
up.
Go ahead and
I'll
roll it.
get
Okay, go ahead.
So who wants to roll the one?
Me.
Do it.
We are not trusting you with rolling.
Okay.
Yes,
Hey,
dude. Yorick.
You already
Yorick.
rolled it. Do it. Roll it.
What dice? Interesting.
Go
Yorick.
ahead, Yorick. Do it.
Just get it over with. Send
Roll
us
the
to
day.
this dimension.
1.
You rolled a 1. All right.
Oh,
Fantastic.
fucking perfect.
So
Someone
Malador
in
goes up.
control.
He sits in his slime chair. He gets violated by Gladys. Takes
And
control
nuke
again.
drops.
And
Gladys explodes.
it's even though it's not the normal chair you sat in, it's not as shaky this time around. It's almost as if she's getting used to this chair being the helm. It's
Oh,
not-
she's attuning to it.
It's not becoming 100%, but it's less shaky and glitchy.
Right.
Your
Okay,
connection
cool.
is actually getting just a little bit stronger.
So, do you think that over time that chair is gonna regain the old chair? Like it's gonna regrow that chair?
You can only hope. You don't know.
I
This has
think
never
that's
happened before.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay.
It's never happened before.
Good to know.
But Garrison, with you keeping an eye up there as he helms the ship, I need a perception check from you since you're the only one up top. Malador.
Yeah.
Well, you roll a perception for Gladys, not for you, because you're maintaining control. So you roll one for Gladys.
17
and then
die. I don't know what her bonuses are.
it should be on the sheet. Oh wait, no, she doesn't have stats, does she? If
Yeah,
she has
she-
anything for perception,
She doesn't.
okay, then there's no pluses.
Yeah. So 17.
Okay. And then
23.
Vidar, Steven, 22, great. And then Vidar, Steven, Yorick, and Merida, if there's anything significant you guys want to do during this, speak up. Vidar or Garrison, as you guys are lifting up, Gladys is the breathing is coming back to normal as she lifts up into the air, and you turn into a westerly direction, float over the top of Cooper Tandem as you're viewing down and just watching the village continue to do what it's doing, and you make your way out west. Now, you've made this adventure before. You rode on the back of a direwolf. However, the landscape that you remember is the miles and miles in between Cooper Tandem and Gaudium were nothing but open desert. This looks different. Not above. I mean, the sky looks like the sky. The horizons look just as naked as they did before. But after about a mile of nothing but open sand, it starts to become grassy. Not overgrown, but like vegetation is starting to try and push through the desert floor. Little cacti and shrubs and just green. And patches, not like full fields of grass, but like patches here and there, starting to just kind of push through. Seems really, really pleasant. And absolutely nothing happens. You guys make the trip all the way to Gaudium.
Wow.
And you are all able to either get a short rest or a long rest, depending on what you were doing. If you were doing nothing, mentally or physically numbing, take a long rest. As you finish your trip to Gaudium.
I would be attuning to my ring.
Okay. You are fully attuned and now completely immune to fire.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's interesting. Now Ghost Rider can't kill you anymore, so that's good.
That is good. Yep.
So let me take your vulnerability out.
I got it.
And we're gonna customize immunity, and we're going to put fire.
Garrison, we both can jump in lava now.
Hell yeah.
Lava
And
and
then
fire
off
are
into
two
that.
different things.
Listen, you
Let me
go
just
first.
let me
Tell me how it goes.
let
Yeah,
me
yeah,
just
I'll let you know.
let me just be very clear. Lava and fire are two very different things. A lot of people put those in the same category. They're not. They're not. I would much rather run into a burning building than jump into a volcano. Let's just put that out there.
You took away my vulnerability for radiant.
Yes, I did.
Oh, all right. Sweet. Not gonna complain about that either.
I was gonna say, you want me to put it back?
No, I just thought it was a mess up. That's all.
Nope, it was not.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah.
So, Garrison, during this trip, as the sun comes up over the horizon, and you're donning your hood, and you're expecting that uncomfortable possible damage as you're watching the sun come up. Nothing. Just as beautiful as you remember it when it didn't do any damage to you. Just as beautiful as you remember it. Just as beautiful as you remember it when you were in the other timeline.
Yep.
You're just watching it rise and nothing. No difference in the skin. You feel that comfortable warmth after a cold night in the desert.
Yeah. You guys truly can't appreciate the beauty of a sunrise, except for this one. This one's feeling pretty good, guys. Happens every day.
Because it's not trying to kill me.
Yeah.
What are you looking at, Garrison? You look dumb.
It's just so beautiful. I know you shouldn't stare at the sun, but I feel like
So beautiful. I can't.
You're gonna find even staring into it's doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then he goes blind.
No light sensitivity, no nothing.
Nice.
Hey, Garrison, shouldn't that be hurting you?
It should, and it's not.
High five! His hand lights on fire.
And I will high five the flaming hand. Yep.
Nothing.
Nice.
Did you just Hey!
Yeah, there we go. All right. Fucking sweet.
Oh yeah, I've got to take the resistance off because you're not resistant to why do you have cold and fire for resistant?
Well, the fire was the ring.
Oh, the ring of fire resistance. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
But you are now fully immune, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave that there.
Yeah.
Because I can't remove it without removing the ring. Just know that you're fully immune.
Yeah.
And that your radiant is also gone.
Please.
Alright, so we've made it to Gaudium. Now we gotta find Mama.
So, as Gladys touches down 3 feet above the ground like she normally does, and goes into her restful slumber, as the tentacles curl up in front of her, and the breathing becomes almost hypnotic. The rest of you awake in your beds in the bedroom chamber. Garrison, you are the only one in this troop other than Yorick one time that has been to Gaudium. And as you approach the edge of Gladys to look over, the walls are the same 10-foot tall stone walls that you remember them being. However, from the deck of the ship, you're actually able to see over the walls. And it is glorious. It's like as you're looking over it, it's more beautiful in there than what you remember it the first time. Of course, the first time you were here on a pretty bad mission, and then you got kidnapped, jailed, and put through hell.
Yeah.
But that one okay, fine, be that way. That one path that you remember that all of the well-dressed residents were walking down, that was like the stone steps so they wouldn't have to walk in the sand. That is now not the only one. It looks like it is city-wide, as you can see just from glancing around. As far as you're able to see left and right, it is just like beautiful cobblestone streets.
Hmm.
And every building in here is freshly painted or looks like it's actively being freshly painted. Um, and yeah, I mean, the walls still don't span any higher than 10 feet tall, so none of the buildings go any higher than 10 feet tall. So it's still a very like short city. But you can tell that the lumber that has been coming in has been used for any repairs or additions or anything that had to happen in the city. Um, and it looks like it has been very, very well maintained and upgraded since you've been gone. You are, by the way, without perception because of what you went through, you're immediately able to identify the building that you were escorted to that led you down into that jail cell and that maze right from the ship, because you're approaching it from a westerly. She didn't divert. She parked and right over the wall, off to the often a left angled direction. You're able to see the building.
Yeah.
We
So
parked
you're
outside of the wall.
yes, she wouldn't have
Wow.
gone in because she doesn't go in.
Fair enough.
She does not go in. Gladys does not do well with people. But you're able to see over the wall. It is the same, I guess you could say, like the police building that you were escorted to before, with the oval shape at the top and the bars that came down and the wood door that opened that you guys went through, that you were
Yep.
escorted through. The door that was lifted up by the chains and you guys were walked in. Then there was the hallway and you were led downstairs. That building right there is right there.
Yep.
Literally, like probably, I'd say no more than 100 feet from you right now. There it is.
Yep.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, the rest of the city looks beautiful and welcoming. Um, and you're also able to see that because the first time that you came here with Vernon, it was mainly human here. It was like a very segregated racial city. The majority of it was human. Um, Vernon would have been a topic of discussion and fascination had he not been such a pain in the ass. Because it was mainly human and they'd never seen anything like him before. But now, as you're looking around, there's all manner. You see gnome and halfling and elven and human and dragonborn and just everything. And a couple of races that you've never seen before. Some that are furry and walking on all fours. Some that are furry and walking on two. Some big, some small. Some with like ears that go up and curl down. Some with multiple ears, some with multiple arms, more than two, some with more than two legs. It's a very diverse city from what you remember. Even more than Coast City.
Looks like it's Gaudium's coming along.
You also notice by scanning at this level that the wall that you approached is the 10-foot wall that you remember. And then as you look to your left and your right, some parts of the wall actually go higher than the 10 and wrap around specific parts of the city, either in a loop or in a box. But there's certain corners and portions where it looks like the wall is higher than the 10 and close in specific parts.
Cool.
So it's not open landscape.
Okay.
But the grassy field that you sort of came through in patches is all around Gaudium, which is another thing that you had never, when you approached Gaudium before, it was all desert. There was no grass until you got into the city. Now it's outside the city. It's well maintained. There's flowers and plants. There's vines that are growing up the side of the walls. There's flower pots that are on top of the walls on the flat spots, where the flat spots are that you walk are down from the top of the wall. So as you're seeing the sentries, the Ultima Vistus or whatever authority is now in Gaudium, the Ultima Vistus is the only one that you remember being here. They're below the wall because they're on that flat spot. So you see them. You see probably like the top of their shoulders and their head as they bob around, but they're in the wall, on the walkway, on the catwalk, basically. So, and then you see on a couple of the spots there's armored individuals that have crossbows and regular bows. Some of them are actually standing at the same type of ballistas that are mounted on Gladys, that are aimed out at various portions. But yeah, that's all the differences you notice immediately without really much trouble.
Side note, isn't there some sort of like biblical foreshadowing that when the desert starts to grow grass, it marks the beginning of the end of the world?
Is there?
I'm pretty sure there is.
No.
I'm gonna roll over lid check.
Yep.
I mean, this is all stuff that Garrison is noticing as you guys are waking up. So, do the rest of you make your way up onto the top deck?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Eventually, yeah.
All right. So, Malador, do you unstrap from the chair?
Yeah, and I get up and I.
Okay. So, two things. Malador, you were able to immediately notice that Garrison didn't get cooked by the sunrise.
Yeah, I gave him a high five with fire.
And as the rest of you make your way up onto the top deck, Yorick, you immediately recognize all those differences from this post. Even from the first time you've been here, even though the first time you came here went about as well as Garrison's first time you've been here, if not worse. So you're able to notice all of those differences. You're also able to see that he is standing in direct sunlight, hood down, and nothing's happening.
It's beautiful, guys. It's beautiful.
Interesting.
Is Garrison okay?
I bet.
He is fine.
I bet that's.
No, I'm asking the rest of the group. Like, is he good? Is that guy good?
I gave him a high five with fire. I think he's good.
All right.
You guys have any idea how we're going to find my mother?
Nope.
Do you know what she looks like?
No, I've never met her.
Maybe we can print out some pictures and put them on telephone poles.
She left.
I've never met her.
My mother left me before I was born.
We can go check out the local dog pound. Sorry.
So, as you're discussing this, one of those sentries I was talking about starts to bob along the wall and kind of stops and turns to his left, which he is now face to face with this wrapped up squid tentacle. And I mean, you can see that he's donning plate mail. He's got the helmet and the face mask is down. On the top of the helmet is the symbol of the Ultima Vistus, as well as on the left side of his chest plate. He kind of turns with his
do not attack.
With his body shield and his sword on his back, and he kind of lifts up his helmet. He lifts up his helmet, and you can see underneath the helmet is actually a pale yellow tabaxi. Who's breathing into their mic?
I think it's Badar.
I think it was
Is it me?
Yeah.
Okay.
My fault.
Breathing isn't necessary. It's a pale yellow tabaxi. You can't tell gender from this small portion of the face, but you can tell that it is a cat-like creature. And as they put their hand up on their blade, you can see underneath the glove that they are wearing, it is also the cat-like furry paw as it just kind of latches and
No,
looks
no,
over.
no, 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 no.
And kind of looks over the side of the wall and just scans and then looks back up to all of you on the top deck. Welcome to Gaudium.
Aye.
You guys validate?
And just drops the helmet and continues walking.
God. Would have been bad. Hey, wait! Did I catch him in time?
Stops.
We're looking for someone. Maybe you can help.
There's a whole lot of someones here.
It's a very important someone.
I just walked the wall. And just continues walking.
Fucking asshole.
No,
Alright, you guys want to get inside?
they're not gonna leave their post for some random guy. Like, cost them their job.
Okay. What would you guys like? As the rest of you get to the top deck, you see this not because a lot of you, this is the first time you've been here, but you notice a lot of the description that I've given to them. It's cobblestone streets as far as the eye can see. There's very little exposed desert ground inside the walls. There's gardens and there's beautiful like masonry work fountains that have been built to water the gardens basically all day. Um, you notice inside the cobble streets there's also drainage systems, so when the water builds up it goes underground and wherever it goes from there. There's bushes and small trees, and the trees don't really go above the walls. They've been pruned and trimmed to stay within the walls of the city. But then there's also the sections of the city where the walls go higher than 10 feet and they're closed off, as I had described. And the buildings are made from stone and brick and the wood that gets brought in. And a lot of you're noticing now that a lot of the wood from Cooper Tandem is being used for their own carts to bring people around the city. It is a massive area. It's enormously huge. You're standing from where you are when you're looking over the wall. You're not even able to see the other side. Like there's the horizon. The city turns into the horizon. It is a massive area. Are you my mother? Nice, nice. So what would you like to do other than yelling at guards?
Well, I know of a tavern here in town where we can
Booze!
use
I
that as
second the booze.
I am familiar with this tavern, actually.
You are. You went
And
into it and
that's...
had some really cool
Got some money for some
arm wrestling.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where we should go first then. Maybe we could make a name for ourselves and they'll find us.
we can make it a central meetup point.
Thought we just ask every.
Okay. Is the tavern what you are seeking out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
So,
I have to avoid traverse the thread.
Okay, you want to avoid that?
Yeah, because I feel like Tatiana is going to be very upset of what I did to her clothes. Well, technically Vernon did it. He's the one who stabbed me.
What the fuck is Tatiana?
You're either really good at note taking or have a really good memory.
Yeah, nope. Note taking. Yeah.
Nice. So you are looking for Ebrius.
Ebrius.
you and Yorick can either do well if you're trying to avoid the traverse the thread. You can do a stealth check because it is right along the same path as Ebrius. If you recall, they're within the same vicinity of the city. You can do a stealth to get around it. One of you can either do a perception or an intelligence to find and or remember where Ebrius is. So how would you guys like to play this?
I mean, I have a +8 and advantage perception.
Okay, so you can do a perception to refine the tavern since you've only been here one time, and Garrison actually spent more time at the tavern than you did. So the advantage on your perception, you won't get it this time. It'll just be a straight roll for you with your +8, fucker. But Garrison, if you would like to specifically avoid that shop, I will need a stealth check.
Yep.
As you are following Yorick to the shop.
Yep. That's a +4.
Dirty 20.
That's a 14.
Dirty 20? Okay. So, yeah, Garrison, you're able to blend in with... So, I mean, first of all, how do you guys enter the city? We haven't even gotten to that part yet.
Yeah.
You just walk over the... You guys just walk over the wall, or are you looking for... Because
you parked right through the wall.
You parked on the western part of the city, and the front gate drawbridge is not here.
Yeah.
It's
I'd
just the
try to
wall.
go through the front.
Because they are you just walking over the wall, or are you gonna go find the front door?
Through
Just
the
have
wall.
Glad pick us up right over the wall.
Yorick's gonna jump through. Okay. I mean, it's 10 feet. You don't have to roll for that.
Sick.
Okay. So Yorick jumps off of Gladys and goes right over the wall, and Malador does too.
Yeah, you already knew the answer for that.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Is that what you all do? You just jump over the wall?
I guess.
Okay. Everyone follows suit. Okay.
Such a good influence on people.
All right. So with your dirty 20 on perception, you find it no problem. You're immediately able to just like, yep, there it is. And even from this distance, Ebrius at this point in time, you know exactly where it is, and from this distance, the building looks rather small, but you're able to tell right off rip, it is packed and it is lively and it is loud.
Perfect.
Garrison, your heightened hearing, you immediately recall. Oh, yep, this is Ebrius for sure.
Do I recognize the turtle female?
Oh, you're not in there yet. But yes, when you guys do approach with that 14, you are able to blend in and avoid traverse the thread, even though you walk right by it, and it brings back your memories of your wonderful clothing that you had for like 30 seconds. As you guys enter Ebrius, Garrison, yes, you immediately recognize the turtle that is still there behind the counter serving drinks. From what you guys remember of Salvetti being in Taberna, remember it was it was a lively tavern, but it was small. Maybe 100 people were able to be in there. This one, from what you can tell, is about 5 times that size. And it is hustling and bustling. It is loud. The floor is shaking. The walls are shaking. People are drinking and dancing, and there's music being played. There's gambling. There's the familiar arm wrestling, Garrison. It's here. There's people having like shot for shot contests up at the bar. There's people that are already lying on the floor that now the waiters and waitresses have to walk over with these trays of just mugs and containers and shot glasses. And unlike before, again, where Ebrus was full of humans, it is now, again, it's tabaxis, it's lizard folk, it's dragonborn, it's gnomes, it's halflings, it's dwarves, it's elves, it's every manner. It is more diverse than Coast City inside this bar. And there's about 500 people in here in this building. And they're all manner of moving and talking and cheering and drinking. The ones that are lying on the waiters and waitresses look like they're primarily Tabaxi and Leonon. So you've got lions and cats. And the ones that are lying on the floor, there's one elf that's lying on the floor that's being like, not literally, but like trashed, like shit on and trash talked by a table of dwarves. There's 3 dwarves sitting at a table that are like laughing their asses off at this one elf that's on the floor that couldn't keep up, and they're just putting down these tankards of alcohol. But it's very, very welcoming if you're into this kind of thing. If you're not into this kind of thing, it's not welcoming at all. It's like you can feel the walls breathing is how lively this place is. Merida, this is your home away from home. But even though they're falling over drunk, they seem to be very respectable. Like as you guys walk in, the music doesn't stop, and like no one's calling you out, or if anyone does approach you for a friendly challenge, it's a respectable way. No one's giving off any foul vibes or any foul language, or there's no fights going on. Everything's very controlled. Like even the gambling that's going on, no one's getting up and hitting the person because they lost. Yeah, so I mean there's yelling and shit going on, but it's not violent. There's darts that are being literally, okay, so there's dartboards on the wall, and I mean they're standing like 10-15 feet back, and they're lobbing these darts, but they're lobbing it through a crowd of people because no one knows how to not get in the way. So they're like with the one eye kind of, they drink and then and it dodges one head and it dodges another head, and maybe it goes right into the head of somebody else. And it just hey, and then they just sit there and act like they didn't get a dart to the side of the skull.
Is that the furry squid?
That's the goat squid.
Hang on.
What goat squid?
Your phone is stupid and I hate it.
Listen.
But yes, so that is Ebrius. Yes, Garrison, the female turtle Gora, is at the bar. And there is also the male Aarakocra owl, Zek.
Zek, yep.
Is also at the bar.
A boy Zek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh.
Goatopus.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know what I think I know what Malador's gonna do.
Yes. So what would you guys like to do while you are here?
Malador is gonna hop right on the table that's in the most middle. He's gonna stand right on top of it.
Not with your passive. Roll a perception for me. You said you're standing right up on the table and doing what?
And then I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy, and I'm gonna yell out, "I am the great Malador Isifar, and I'm looking for a certain someone. If you are that certain someone or know anything about that certain someone, come speak with me."
I need my mommy.
What the fuck?
15.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Thaumaturgy makes your voice 3 times loud.
Yes, I know. So, with the casting of that spell, it makes your voice 3 times louder, which barely reaches the decibel level of the music being played and the collective voice of 500 people. You reach the ears of 2 that look at you, tip their tankards.
Fuck.
Good luck, man. And that's what they do.
All right, that didn't work. I'll go up to the bar. I want to talk to people.
You see a female turtle. You immediately remember Vernon.
Yeah, I'm not speaking to the fucking turtle.
Not as like old as Vernon was. Still kind of looks a little more like alive and lavish. But definitely resembles Vernon.
Which
You can't really tell
burns
male or
hatred
female.
in his heart.
Yeah, you really can't tell male or female.
You said there was a bird guy?
There is. It is a Aarakocra owl. So it's the wingspan of the Aarakocra, but it's white
Yeah,
owl.
it's an owl.
It's like a giant darling with bigger
All right.
wings and a beak. It's got the big ass flat eyes of an owl, but it's got the beak of a eagle, and then the giant wings, but it's white from head to toe with the fluffy owl feathers.
I'm gonna speak to them. Hey, can I speak to you for a minute?
Absolutely. What would you like to drink?
Isifar.
Excuse me.
Isifar.
I'm sorry.
No,
Excuse
nothing.
me. Excuse me. What would you like to drink?
Do you know an Isifar?
No. I know how far certain things are. I fly a lot.
Yeah, no, it's not what I said. I'm looking for a person.
I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time hearing you. You have to speak up. There's a lot
I'm
of people
looking
here.
for a person.
Well, you don't have to speak that loud. I'm right here.
I'm looking for a person that might
What
look
kind of
like
person?
me.
There's a lot of people.
Might look like me. They've been here for a long time. Do you know who Anton
Are there a
is?
lot of bugs in here? I feel a lot of bugs in here.
You know.
Hi, I'd like a beer. Fantastic. Here's a beer.
So I'm looking. Fuck. Do you know who Anton Isifar is?
No.
Talon. Coast City. Anybody?
I have talons.
Ah, fuck off. Never mind. I'll ask the turtle. Malder just blankly.
She's over there.
Yeah, thanks. And Malder's gonna walk over to the turtle.
Okay. And she's a little more like, even though she's got the giant turtle shell, she's got like very, very good posture and just pouring shots and not really making eye contact with anybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I'm looking for somebody. You seem the Coast City type. You seem. Right. You look like.
No.
No. You know anybody from Coast City?
No.
Fuck. This is gonna be harder than I thought. I'm looking for a person that looks like me. That's probably my mother. That's here somewhere. Not in this building, but in this city.
I don't see anyone in here that looks like you.
Yeah, didn't figure. Do you know anybody that would know maybe an Antelon?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm looking. Malder's just gonna walk away. He gives up. He gives up.
Hey,
he gives up.
I love these two so much. By the way, one minute. Yorick, what did you roll?
15.
Yes.
Oh, yes, here. Fuck yeah.
So go ahead, Garrison.
I'm gonna walk up to Malador and go, hey, before you embarrass yourself anymore.
By the way, you two, it's hard for you to. Garrison, I need a con save from you. Not for what you think.
That is 16 plus 7. That is 23.
Okay. Reason being, the decibel volume in this place is making your ears want to either burst or bleed.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware. So as you wander up to Malador, you're gonna have to talk way louder because you think you have to.
Yeah.
Just like picture being at a fucking picture being at like a fucking rock and roll concert, like AC/DC. You're right in the middle of the crowd trying to talk to someone 5 feet away, and even getting right up shoulder to shoulder, it still feels like they're 5 feet away.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
That's it. That's all
So
I'm
gonna be shouting this. I'm not gonna actually shout, but
yes, I know, I got you. I wanted to paint the picture for you.
Yeah. But so I'm gonna tell me, before you embarrass yourself anymore, there is a town of records that you could go and look up your mom's name.
I don't know her name.
You don't think she would have the same last name as you?
Maybe, maybe
It's
not, since
that.
she was here hiding.
Well, that's the only start that I think of.
Yeah, you guys got a point, but I feel like that's not gonna help.
I mean, just asking random people if they've seen your mom, also not gonna.
Yeah.
Just a thought. Just figured make it easy on you.
Can I roll some insight to maybe think of anywhere that she could reside?
That's not insight, that's intelligence, but yes. Insight is to see if someone's lying or
Natural 20.
to get a feel of like general vibes and shit. That's what insight is.
Yeah. But
Natural 20 for a 21.
Even that, I mean, the only thing that you'd really be able to do, you've never been to this city before, so the only thing you'd really be able to do is like, where would you go in a city?
Right.
That's as far as like, where would I go if I was in this city? I'd never been here before. I heard about it from so and so, and I'm trying to hide. Where would I go? So where would you go? You have to answer that question. Where would you go? And then you can start there.
Or that's actually a good question you could ask people here, like, hey, if I want to lie low here, where can I go?
There you go. Vidar, what are you doing in here? Besides sleeping. Is he sleeping?
I think so.
Yo, wake up!
Wakey, wakey.
I'm awake.
Okay.
I just been
Vidar, I need a. You know what? I just wake him up, and now you're leaving. Vidar, give me a perception check. I want to see if you notice this. You have real dice to roll?
22. They're somewhere. I cleaned my room and I misplaced them.
Okay.
22.
You're still using Beyond. That was so like 10 minutes ago. God, you're so behind in times. 22?
I'm an old fucking man. Yeah, 22.
As you're scanning through here, watching your team kind of depart, I'm guessing Merida went up immediately to the bar, but I'm not gonna. I would guess that she would go immediately for the booze and food, but I'll wait for her to get back. Steven, I would guess with you'd be into the music and looking for things to write about, but again, I'll get to you in a second. Vidar, you immediately notice as you're scanning around a very old yet familiar face leading the charge on the music up on the stage. Someone that you haven't seen in a long, long time. But you were part of the chain gang with him.
Oh.
You see Bleat.
What?
Alive and well on the stage of Eberus and Gaudium, playing
Holy
music
shit.
for the tavern.
Is he singing good?
Oh yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna walk towards the stage. Try to push past everybody.
His voice sounds like honey by comparison to what it did before. It is
honey.
smooth and beautiful.
And my heart is a mug right now. Roll for Constitution.
No, not really. I mean, unless you want to
No,
try and
I'm
molest him.
joking. I'm joking.
Okay.
As you approach, he makes eye contact with you. It does not pause or stop, but there is recognition.
Cool. Yeah. I'm not gonna try to say anything while he's playing. I'm just gonna like motion over into maybe a quiet corner of the bar whenever he's finished playing his music. Motion with my
And
head.
he gives you the nod, and he just continues to play.
Yeah. I'll turn around and walk away.
Darling on your shoulder is vibing with the music.
Of course she is.
Um,
I've matched my steps to the beat of the music. And I
You
haven't even realized it.
You also see that she is constantly eyeing the Aarakocra.
Oh.
Yep.
She's like, ooh, bird person.
Do you want to say hi, darling?
Yes.
I'm gonna walk over to the Aarakocra and say hi.
She digs her talons into your shoulders and does like the quick dance, and then buries her face into your neck and fluffs the wing up.
My friend here wanted to say hi to you.
She's a female.
Yeah, her name's Darling. She yeah. Wait. Are you a boy?
And you just like the flat eyes just bead right to you, and then bead back to her.
I'm gonna put my hand up and hold on to Darling and start backing away slowly.
And I mean, she's normal owl size. This guy is Aarakocra owl.
I understand.
So he's like your size, and she is her size. Okay. And just
yeah, I'm gonna start backing away. Darling, no, darling.
No, that was his shake.
Yeah, I know.
He shook.
I'm just
like,
holding her.
The feathers out. No. She hasn't moved her face.
Good. Yeah, I'm walking away.
No one is molesting my owl.
Owl?
Merida, I was assuming you would immediately be looking for food and booze.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take control though, but I was assuming.
Well, at that tavern, I shouted booze, so I probably ran.
And much to Merida's disappointment, the panda's not here.
Sad face.
He's in Taco Bell at the other dimension.
He was in Taco Bell. He gets around though. He was on the ship. He was in a bar. Actually, I think he was in this bar. He was in the Salvetti bar. He's been in this bar. He was on the ship. He was in Coast City at some point, and then he met you. You met an alternate him in the alternate dimension. Yeah. But would Merida be going after any of like the music or any of the games, or just literally like the basic food and drinking? What would she be doing?
Food and drinking.
Just the basic? Okay.
She's basically kind of tagging along with the idiots at this point, and she just kind of there for the ride.
Just unwinding from all the bullshit. Okay. I will say that as you sit at the bar and you order your food, and you begin to face fuck your fish platter and drink your food, drink your booze. You are immediately reminded. Yes, drink your food. You are immediately reminded of your first encounter with the panda at the bar. The first time you ever drank at the bar and felt the tingly sensation. You also very sadly start getting flooded with very fond memories of Tyr, and I need a con save. Why are you up?
I don't know.
Hey,
because I want to.
Why are you up?
What?
What the fuck, Judd?
Perception?
Constitution. saving.
Constitution. Oh.
That's just horrible.
I didn't do anything.
All right, Judd, you asked for it.
I asked for what? What did I do?
That's a 15.
We're rolling a lot of 15s tonight.
All I've rolled is 15.
All right. Well, with a 15, you're able to like control the sadness where it doesn't become a blubbery, drunken mess. But you do shed some tears. Yes, that.
I shed some
Steve,
tears here.
you shed some sisters. Steven, what are you doing?
I'm just kind of vibing.
Vibing. All right, cool. All right, and Yorick, what are you doing?
Eating goldfish.
Other than eating goldfish, I'm going up to.
He is sitting at a corner table playing dice with some other similar statured human males dressed pretty much how you remember.
I'm gonna go off and approach the table and just be like, pardon me, but might you be Abric?
And you're going to see like a very intense concentration as this man you identified is shaking the dice, and as you say his name, he fucks up the roll, like he lets go too early, and one of them flies off the table. One of them hits the tray that it was supposed to go in, and the other one doesn't even really roll. It just kind of like pings for the corner and bounces around. And damn it! Oh fuck!
Hi.
You're still alive.
Very much so.
Say the same for you.
Gentlemen, this has been fun. I've got to go. And he's going to get up and try to dart. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to block his way.
Okay. So it's contested. So you're doing athletics to my acrobatics.
Athletics. Oh, fuck me.
You're just gonna hear 60 dice roll.
Hell yeah.
Natural 20.
I mean, it's a nat 20, but with my -1, it's a 19.
Yeah, he rolled a 5. So he pushes the table and it like bumps to the point where all of the other dice just scatter out of the tray, most of them to the edge of the table, a lot of them onto the floor. So he bumps the table with his legs and pushes the chair over onto the ground and tries to run. And how do you stop him?
I'm just gonna
Clothesline.
and grab a hold of him.
Okay, yeah, you get him. What's your next move?
Leaving so soon. I'm gonna, basically, I'm just gonna push him back.
Okay.
We've got some business to tend to.
Listen, if he's here, let me go.
As far as I'm aware, he's not here. It's just me.
Oh,
I mean,
thank God. Okay.
knowing him, could be anywhere.
Are you and him still traveling together?
No, we had kind of a falling out.
Okay. He turns back to the table. Sorry, gentlemen. He picks his chair up, sits down, pulls the table. It's just him. We're fine. Collect all the dice. Let's keep playing.
Yeah. That amulet that.
Hey, listen. If the big dude ain't here, piss off.
Excuse me.
And he starts. They start collecting all the dice. You heard him. Piss off. We're playing.
Can I hear this?
Yeah. Do
No.
any of us see this?
Garrison, you hear it.
Can
So
I
that
make a
means I can
perception
hear
check
it.
to see.
Your heightened hearing is in shark form.
No, we already said that it was in
That's
both.
right. There's certain things that are both, certain things that aren't. Yes.
Right.
Malador and Garrison both hear it
Can I make a perception?
through the crowd.
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah, give me a perception to see if you can untangle who it's coming from and where.
What is that?
Actually,
17.
Steven, give me a perception check.
Okay. Wait, what am I doing?
24.
Okay. So, what'd you get, Garrison?
17.
17. Okay, all three of you. Steven, even though you weren't even really paying attention, you were just kind of vibing with the music. All three of you are able to distinctly hear Yorick kind of heighten his voice for the excuse me, and two other voices following saying piss off. The direction, however, is a little obscured.
What about for me? Because I rolled like a 24.
You're able to hear it clearly, just still the
Right.
direction. I mean, you're talking about a sea of people
Right.
that are all talking at the same time. So you're able to hear it. Were any of you even near Yorick?
I don't know.
think so.
What part of the bar was that on?
Yeah.
He didn't go to the bar.
Or like what part? Where like?
He went to a corner table. Like he walked in through the door, scanned and noticed, and went. So it would have been like through the door, took a right. You guys went straight up to the bar.
All right.
So none of you were even really near him. So I'm just trying to get the scale. I think the closest one to him would have been Steven. Merida went right to the bar. Vidar, you went to the stage and then to the bar. So the
Mhm.
closest one to him would have been Steven. You'd be the only one that really could tell the direction along with hearing it. So Steven, as you get the voice, you look to your right and there's Yorick standing at a table with three not even like very like dirty dressed humans. All of them bald, one of them having a beard about down to like a biker beard, like down to chest level. And then the other two cleanly shaven. Definitely middle aged, but they're not wearing any armor. Their clothes are like brown and gray and dirty and just not very well kept, and they got like dirt patches along their arms. One of them has one up like on his dome. So they were clearly involved in something before they came here. But you see the three of them sitting at the table and Yorick standing there. One of them down on the ground collecting dice, and then the other two telling him to piss off.
I'm gonna walk over there.
Okay.
Rick, what's going on over here?
I was trying to give this gentleman here some information in regards to a certain amulet that he told me about.
And you see
Well,
just the you see the you see the immediate recognition. Well, why didn't you say that louder? You have it?
Oh, now
And
you're
just
interested in talking to me?
and like the interest is just like bubbling.
Now I don't think I can tell you.
Oh, you better. And he's like starts putting the arm down stiff on the table and starts getting up. as well as the other two. If you have that amulet and he approaches you and he pushes the shoulders back, puffs the chest out, like getting into a dominant stance, if you have that amulet, it belongs to me. And your big friend isn't here to protect you.
I have
No,
scared.
but it,
With this motion, Malador and Garrison, you both pinpoint.
perfect. Malador's heading in that direction.
Here we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Beelining.
Who needs Troc privileges when you have scary shark privilege?
Yeah.
Vidar and Merida. Vidar, given your proximity, Merida being that you're up at the bar, you don't notice where they're going, but you notice that they're going.
I'm going to. I'll turn around, and I'll put my arms like on the back of the bar, and I'll be like, "All right, let's see what happens."
Inferno.
I'm gonna do the same
Wait.
thing.
I will turn on my bar stool and go out and lean on the back of the bar, and I'll be like, "See how this plays out."
I'm gonna do the same thing.
And it
Okay.
ended out bad.
You're going back up to the bar with Merida, or just turning around and staying steady?
Turning around and staying steady.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna walk up and approach, and
And it's one of them is like 6'5",
Just
but
for
not
intimidate.
not chalk built. Very like weirdly lanky for that tall. Almost like he went through a growth spurt but didn't work out to catch up. And then the other two, like 5'9" to 5'11". None of them really intimidating at all compared to what you guys have seen, and not only recently but in the past. Like the guys that you arm wrestled were more scary than these three.
right.
But they are very much in the face of Yorick.
As we're walking up, can I, as we're walking up, Malador's gonna be like mid transformation, so the exact same time he steps up, he's in shark form.
Okay. Okay. So the Abric, Yorick, as you know him as, he continues looking straight into you, like boring into your soul. The other two, for some reason, start to back down and start taking steps backwards, ever so slowly, away from Abric. One of them backing off to the left and one of them backing off to the right, as they both just kind of start. However, Yorick, with your insanely passive perception, you also begin to notice a lot more eyes and heads beginning to turn toward your specific situation, as well as the music completely coming to a stop.
Oh fuck!
And the silence is deafening because it was loud as shit in here, and now like you can hear a pin drop. So for a few seconds, it's that boo, and then nothing.
See, I would be this horrible human being that would be like, "He's pulling his cock out."
Well, no, even Vidar and Merida, you guys being in the background, you now see what everyone is looking at. They're looking at a shark, a red hammerhead shark.
It's funny, they see a red hammerhead shark, but they don't see a big fluffy red panda. Got it.
Did kind of sneak in.
And those of you in the background being Vidar and Merida, and actually Steven, because I'm Did you wander all the way up, or did you stay in the background a little bit?
I wandered all the way up.
All the way up. Okay, so it'd be Vidar and Merida. As you both notice what the music stopped for and what everyone's beginning to see, you see weapons start being drawn.
I was about to ask that. I was about to be like, can I roll a perception to see if anybody's grabbing weapons?
You don't have to.
Gotcha.
Malador.
When you say everybody, do you mean like everybody in the bar, or do you mean like just like the guys with Aberic?
Well, if you were to do some simple math of 500 people, I'd say probably 10% of them start unsheathing something.
Damn.
Malador, in his broken language, is gonna say, "Leave, friend, alone."
And with your heightened shark hearing and Garrison with yours, you hear shing, 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 just in various parts of the bar. As a voice from the back, as a voice from behind you, Vidar. I've seen a lot of things, and I remember that one.
Oh shit. Oh,
Welcome
shit.
back to civilization, gentlemen. I suggest you leave, though, because it's not going to be fun in here.
Is he talking to all of us or just Malador?
Nice to see you again, Vidar.
Oh. Do I know this guy?
Yeah,
It's
do we
Bleak.
know?
Oh, it's Bleat.
Oh.
Oh.
Who's
He knows
Are you-
Vidar. He
Yeah,
fought
you-
with Vidar. He fought with Garrison. He fought with Malador. He knows all of you.
He doesn't know me.
He doesn't know Merida or Yorick. And he doesn't know Steven either.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I remember.
Yeah,
Bleat
are you-
was
the
An
Bleat
old
Ranger.
player. Yeah,
Bleat
I
was
remember.
an old player, the ranger
Oh.
that took over the direwolf and made him a pet. That one.
yes.
Yeah, he went to Gaudium and stayed there. I didn't kill him off.
Gotcha. Okay. I was
I
like,
was
wait.
going to, but I figured it'd be more fun to drop him in as an NPC. Spoiler alert. But yeah. So he, over all this silence,
Are you talking to all of us?
he was talking to everybody. Nice to see you again, Vidar. If he's still a friend of yours, I would get him out of here. Whatever this is, gentlemen, take it
Is
out of the
there-
bar.
Before we leave, is there a place that would maybe a place or time we could talk later after this?
Well, you and I can talk now.
Oh, I
Get
thought you
them
were
out
meaning
of
like,
here.
yeah, no, I can get him out of here. I thought you were meaning you wanted me to leave with him as well.
You're not the problem right now.
Okay, Malador, dearie,
Matador, my darling.
Malador, my darling.
And you see Abric at this point kind of like side-eye Malador. I'm gonna get you. You watch your back.
I'm gonna eat his head off.
Okay.
No.
Roll to hit.
No, I'm not jumping in this. Vidar's raising his hands up.
Actually,
It's good. It's good.
Actually,
Oh.
I'm gonna cast darkness first.
Okay.
The whole room.
Idiot.
No.
I'm gonna grab him.
Hold on. You can only do like
Yeah.
an action, a bonus, and a reaction. Dude.
Yeah.
You can't do everything.
All of this is not going to
Well,
happen the way you want it to happen.
Darkness is a
I'm gonna
reaction.
cast darkness. I'm gonna marry the guy. We're gonna live a happy life. We're gonna have 5 little adopted children, all in
I'm going
6.
to make him fall in love with me. And I'm going to
Hold
bite his
on.
head off.
Darkness is
We're
a
gonna
reaction.
41st days this bitch in 60 seconds.
A reaction to what?
It's just one of those things I can do because it's a racial thing and it's a reaction.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
No.
Magical darkness spreads from a point you choose within the range of 15 feet, which is not the entire inside of this bar. And it does not move with you.
We're right by the door, so my goal is to grab him and go out the door.
The 15 feet will not cover that space.
What is it with you and like?
Unless you're literally choosing the door to expand the 15, grabbing him where everyone can see you, and then running into the dark. But even you can't see through the dark. It's magical darkness. Even you can't see in it. So
Please
everything's
let
at
Malador run
disadvantage.
smack into the wall.
Everything's at disadvantage at that point.
Fuck it. I'll just leave the bar. It's so stupid. I can't. I want to bite his head off, but I don't.
There's
I don't
500 people.
Yeah.
Okay, and I cast Thunderclap. What are they gonna do?
Again, let it go for now.
I love your guys' enthusiasm. 500 people. Fuck it.
No. If you cast Thunderclap, Vidar's, I surrender.
That is a
I'm
really
not with
long
them.
initiative.
Guys, let it go.
Are we wanting to create new characters?
Well, no. Garrison knows what happens when you get arrested here.
I'm not worried about being arrested. There's 500 people in
Oh
a
no, you should be
bar.
worried about when you get arrested.
No. That's not the first thing that's coming to my mind. There's 500 people in a bar who are angry that they just got thunderclapped.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's.
You think arresting is on the first thing on their mind?
And imagine trying to make it.
No, Malador, that wasn't trying to deflate your idea. I was just
Yeah.
letting you know what the spell
Yeah.
is. It's not. It's a 15-foot. The bar is way bigger than that. So you could use it that way.
But don't. I'm gonna
But if you're trying to escape with him, one way or another, you're going to be seen. It's either you put the darkness around him now, grab him, and then have to run out of the darkness through the door, or you put it on the door, grab him in broad daylight, and then bring him through.
Right.
But it's a bigger area than you'd think. The bar is massive.
Yeah.
It's not like you're not in there like sardines.
Malador, dearie, can we
but-
step aside, please?
But Yorick, he does give you that passing threat and starts to walk around this largely intimidating red hammerhead shark that's like frothing at the mouth, wanting to bite this dude's head off. But Abric does leave.
Can I roll a stealth and try and like go after
Yeah, I'm
him?
gonna follow him.
Well, no, not you. Because you stick out like a sore
Yeah.
thumb.
Dog, you are a 9-foot tall shark. You are not going to be stealthy.
Look, he's 8, but okay.
He hasn't
Chill.
like seen me. His focus has been on the shark, so
Stealth, it's the person that's proficient in it.
I was gonna say, what are the rest of you doing? Because the one on the stage suggested everyone leaves. The one that was face to face with Yorick, causing all this shit, starts walking out the front door. His buddies don't follow him because they're like too busy pissing their pants. But he does leave. So Garrison, you want to roll stealth? You can go ahead. What are the rest of you doing?
I want to wait until the rest of the party leaves, and I'm going to wait and talk to Bleak once everybody leaves.
Okay.
When you're trying to fit in all the words in an essay. Jesus Christ.
16.
Okay. So, are you okay? So you're trying to stealthily follow him. So that would be like blending into the crowd while there is a
Right.
crowd, and then follow him out the door. As you pass the threshold, the you guys arrived here like during the daylight. Like I had said, and this is like morning. This is
Yeah.
like breakfast. I want coffee, and this is how lively this bar is. I mean, you weren't in here very long, so as you
Right.
cross out, it is broad daylight outside, and you see him just leave and exit, and head off toward the left. Which you know, if he continues to go that way, the only things that you know that are going that way toward the left right now is that like weird ass like catacomb style cemetery that's toward that end of the city. You didn't really get a whole lot of chance to explore this place
Yeah.
because you were captured in the wagon and then you escaped and then you captured again. But you know what's in that direction is that weird cemetery out there. But he goes off that way and then takes a sharp left and disappears around another corner. If you continue to follow him, which I'm assuming you do, um, go ahead and roll perception if you continue to follow him. In the interim, Malador, you said you were following as well?
Dirty 20.
Yeah, but he'll go out of shark form, so it's easier to.
Okay. Are you stealthily like Garrison or
Yeah.
just going?
Yeah, stealthily.
Okay, give me stealth.
Good roll. Good roll.
Yo, mama.
That's a 16.
Okay. So pretty much at the exact same time, Garrison, the moment you step out of the door and decide to follow in pursuit, 2 steps behind you is Malador, who also comes out of the door in his now tiefling form, moving as quietly as you are, as you both kind of make your way toward. He did not get out there in time to see the guy move left
Right.
again, but he did get out there as quietly as you did. He's about 2 steps behind you. And then the music does not continue, by the way. So Yorick, what are his Abric's 2 friends are they're done. They literally wet themselves and sat back in their chairs in shame and just started like rolling dice again, not knowing what to do.
Is there any
But the
table?
is there any what?
Is there any money on the table?
Yeah. Yeah, like in between, like in the middle of the table, like the pot. Yeah, there's the all manner of copper and gold and silver.
I want to try to throw the dice and see if I can win it.
Okay. All right, so this is
2d6.
nope. So 3d6.
Oh, 3d6.
You're gonna roll against them. So here's how this works. You're gonna roll 3d6. You're gonna tell me hit or call. Okay, if you hit, that means that you can take up to 2 and re-roll them. If it's call, that means that you're good to go. And then it goes to their turn. And if they challenge, they're going to throw more money in the middle. And then they're going to re-roll. So roll your 3.
Come on, no whammy.
Damn, okay.
Okay, do you hit or call?
I'm going to hit.
Okay, so you can take your 2 lowest if you choose and re-roll them.
Does he have to roll both of them, or can he re-roll
Nope.
just one?
He can re-roll just one if he wants.
Oh, fuck. Bet. I'll reroll 1.
Triple sixes.
God damn it.
Okay, so now You're going to see one of them take 5 gold coins and throw it in the middle, and he is going to re-roll all of his. Okay. The other one is going to match that 5 and then throw a platinum piece in and re-roll his. Damn. Okay. So now you have a choice. You can match what they threw in and re-roll your dice. Or you can present them and the game's over.
I'm gonna keep what I got.
Okay. What are your dice? What do you got?
6, 5, and 1.
Okay. So you beat this guy, 6, 3, and 2. Unfortunately, you did not beat this guy. 6,
Damn.
5, and 5.
Damn.
So he takes the pot. In his urine-filled pants, he takes the pot. So he kind of like the
Yeah, you got to buy yourself clothes.
It puts them into his pouch.
Out. See, that was 1 platinum that I tossed in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's not the worst thing in the world.
Not the worst.
Yeah, he's just gonna be like, go buy yourself some new pants, bitch, and then walk out.
Oh man, Yorick trying to be intimidating.
I mean, I do have vicious mockery, so
That is actually very true, which you've never used before.
because I just recently learned it.
That is, I love that fucking spell. I've modified that spell so much.
Interesting.
All right. Merida, during all of this craziness, what would you like to be doing? And Steven as well. Garrison and Malador, you saw leave. Yorick sat down with his would-be enemies and played a game of dice. Vidar, you're waiting to speak with Bleed,
I'm interested in that conversation.
who steps off stage to approach you.
There is a message for you.
There's a message
Yeah.
for you, Garrison.
As the music does not continue, but he approaches you. You wanted to talk?
Yeah. Just wanted to see how you're doing, man. But how'd you end up here?
He actually he kind of turns around and gestures up to the stage, and you see laying up there, like curled up, the direwolf.
Oh, have you given him a name yet? Did you give him a name?
No, not really. I never expected our kinship to last this long, but here we are.
Well, I'm glad to see that it has. You look like you've been doing pretty well.
Yeah. God, what was it? About 5 or 6 months ago, I took over this bar. Didn't want to change the name. Just kept it where it is. Salvetti was it was starting to come along on its construction, but it was a little too grim for me, so I came here, and things have been going great. So I haven't missed adventuring. Whatever happened with that crazy ass fucking turtle?
Who knows?
I hope we never find out.
And actually,
Got lost in the desert.
just to remind you, above table, you guys remember him being on the ship heading to Coast City, and then after that,
I hope he fucking died.
We were crossing the desert heading to Coast City, and he was with us. And then when we got to Coast City and got off the ship, he didn't get off the ship. We haven't seen him since.
oh, well, senile bastard probably got lost somewhere.
Probably did. But, I mean,
He died.
it's for the better.
Plenty of
I mean,
butterscotch.
Maybe.
whatever came of that, 'cause, like, I heard, like, listen, what led me here to Gaudium was, like, I heard this crazy story, that the guards finally captured him in Salvetti and, like, tried to bring him here, and he escaped somehow, and then they captured him again, and he still managed to escape somehow, and, like, and, like, rumors of this weird underground maze. I came here to, like, try to learn more about it, or maybe even find it, but then I learned that you had to be arrested to find it, so I stopped.
Yeah. He was definitely a character.
Yeah, he ate my goat.
He tried to eat my bird.
Yeah, Greg with 2 G's.
Mm-hmm. Greg the leg.
Yeah, he made some, like, shitty leg for him after he ate one of them.
Pour one out for the goat.
But
I mean, it's good to see that you're still, like, alive.
Yeah, well,
That's questionable.
yeah. There are moments where we've gotten really, really close to not being alive anymore. But
Traveling with him, I'd imagine.
Well, it kind of happened after he was no longer with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we get into plenty of trouble even without the turtle, because we have the big red shark man. But
yeah. I can see that his manners haven't gotten any better.
He's young. He'll grow into it. But yeah, no. I was meaning to ask, since you've been here for so long, if we are currently here trying to. What are we? We're trying to find his mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We're trying to find out if we can find anything about Malador's mother.
I didn't even know he had a mother.
Mother.
I mean,
and you see him. You see Bleat, like, look off to your left a little bit, and, like, get eye to eye with Darling, and just kind of make eye contact and tilt his head a little bit. And yeah, that's some crazy shit. Glad to see you're still alive too. He won't eat you. If you want to go say hi, he's tame. He's good. You see her kind of fluff and fly toward the stage.
Towards the Aarakocra or towards the wolf?
Toward the wolf.
Okay. Okay. I'll let her. Yeah.
You don't want her to fuck. You are such a God.
She is my child.
You're such a dad.
She is my child.
You're such a dad. No way my daughter gets laid
What
before
can I
I
say?
do.
That's my baby girl. She's my baby.
Not my real dad.
She's my baby, and ain't no one gonna touch her. Yeah, exactly. No, he's got the shotgun.
I have the shotgun.
Yeah, I was just,
if you're looking, I mean, there's tieflings all over this. Like, is his mom a tiefling?
I would assume so, because his father was very much not a tiefling.
Actually, as a tiefling, you would know this. tieflings can look human.
Okay.
Not by choice.
Did we ever establish Antelon was tiefling or not?
He looked more human than tiefling. He didn't have the horns. He didn't have the red skin.
So he was tiefling.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
But
never mind. Then. Scratch what I just said.
tieflings. Well, no. Looking at him face to face, you wouldn't really know. You never actually asked the question. You do know for a fact, being a tiefling, tieflings can look human.
Got you.
Tieflings can resemble humans. Very possible. No horns, regular skin, everything. Did you ever ask Antelon? No.
So Vidar,
So
okay. Vidar wouldn't know whether or not Antelon
he
was a
was
tiefling
tiefling or not. But you do know he could either be human or he could be tiefling. It's actually
Okay.
possible for two humans to have a tiefling as a child. If one of them is infernal touched in any way, they can have a tiefling as a child.
Got you. Okay. Well, then he'll say, well, she could either be a human or a tiefling that looks like a human or look like a tiefling. We're just kind of looking for somebody who is not really keen to show herself in front of a lot of people. More possibly, maybe more secluded, more secretive.
Well, I mean, the only one that I can think of that came to Gaudium and at first was kind of open and then no one's seen them for a while.
Bye-bye.
She is a red tiefling. Has the horns that go to the back of the head and then kind of curl up like a ram.
Mm-hmm.
She's got weird markings on her face that resemble like just like jagged lines like lightning going across both eyes.
Did
Deep
you?
deep blue eyes, and she's known as the red mage in Gaudium, so she's very like now she's very secluded and secretive and has like her own guard that follows her around. That's the only one that I really I
You
mean
said
you
she
could start.
arrived here, right?
Yeah, she
Did
wasn't
she ever
here
say where
until
she came from?
no, no, but she came here like attempting to fit in and then just kind of
How long
disappeared.
ago?
Oh, about a year now. I mean, no one's seen her in months.
Oh, so you
I
wouldn't
mean
be
that.
able to tell me where she's at right now?
Well, yeah. I mean, where she stays is obvious. That's the problem. But like, no one's actually seen her in
Okay.
months. If you go to the from here, so you're gonna leave Ebris and you're gonna make a left and you're gonna go all the way to the western part of the city. There's gonna be like a really creepy yet very cool cemetery on the western part. It's grown since I've been here. People die, and it's got like a catacombs kind of looking really weird hut. The door's been broken. No one's ever fixed the damn thing. But if you go in there, there's a staircase that leads down. I can't tell you how to traverse down there because that's fucking whatever. There's no maps or anything. I've tried. But you go down there, and if you can find your way around that weird area, it's supposed to lead to a spot underground yet outside the city where she supposedly lives. That's
Okay. So you said she walks around with bodyguards, so it's not out of the question to think that there's probably areas down there, or maybe even the whole area is just off limits and that they'll attack on site. So it's
yeah.
not a
Well,
crazy idea to
it's
think that.
weird that no one ever fixed the door because like people wander down there and then they don't come back. It's not an
Okay.
area that people are supposed to go. Like
Okay. Well, hey, look, I really, really appreciate it, Bleat. Really happy that you're doing well for yourself. Um, we came here to Gaudium for a reason because a crazy crazy shit's about to go down. So, with you saying that your adventuring days are over, I'm just gonna, walk out the door now. But he's gonna hold out his hand to shake his hand. Be
Yeah,
like,
I
I
mean
really
he
appreciate
shakes
everything.
he shakes it back, and like as he shakes it, you actually like there's like vines that start to kind of grow up. Which hand do you shake with?
He's right-handed, so right hand.
Okay. There's vines that grow up to about your elbow, and then come back, and you feel both like refreshed and nourished, like you just ate a full meal, and anything that might be like dragging you down in any way just disappears.
Cool.
And now that I know you're in the area for however long, I mean, anytime you want to come in here, it's on me.
Really appreciate it.
Don't bring Malador back here.
Can and will do.
That was Garrison, right?
Yeah. Looks a little bit different.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. And I'm going to turn around and walk away.
Still just as weird as before. All right. and and as you're leaving the door, and as you're walking out, and I'm assuming trying to get your bearings, you hear from inside the building. It gets back up on the stage. All right, now that bullshit's over, let's restart, and just gets the music back up and going. Which Merida, you're still in the building, and Steven is too. So you guys hear the music.
Oh, you're still in the building too.
Yorick is still in the building too. So Merida, Steven, and Yorick are still in the building. Huh?
No, Yorick walked out.
Yorick walked out.
Okay.
So Yorick walks out. Vidar, you walk out. And as you guys leave the building, you hear him go back. You hear someone go back up on the stage, say, "Let's get this shit going." They start the music again. But as you look around, Garrison and Malador are nowhere to be found. And it's cobblestone streets, so you can't actually. Both of you make a perception check for me. Advantage or otherwise.
I'm really good at tracking.
So roll, sir.
Not very good. Okay, 18 perception.
I am great at tracking. Natural one. I am horrible at tracking.
I saw a butterfly. I'm amazing at tracking. Ooh, a butterfly.
Yep. Listen, when I've had the right amount of sleep, no booze, and ate the right food, I can see a fly on the ass of a horse running away. But today, I can't see anything.
I don't know what HD is, but my doctor said I got 80 of them.
Okay, I learned something very interesting today. That a bed is just a shelf that you put your potty when you're not using it.
Yep.
Yes.
27.
Okay. So both of you,
dude.
So both of you, even on.
No, yeah, obviously, because you're colorblind.
Yes, so Yorick, as you're looking out to the infinite sea of gray, both of you are able to look down at the cobblestone streets and see footprints leading in a westernly direction that then disappear around a corner about 100 feet away.
York lives in a permanent state of Twilight Zone.
Yes, it's just everything's black and white. Well, I mean, he really does. That's the thing. Like, Tyler is colorblind, so
Yeah, but not
in order.
gray. It's just
90% of every. 90%
it's a blue green, like your blues or purples and whatnot, right?
I struggle with.
He said that, like, the yellow line on the road looks the same color as the road, so a lot of his colors are actually gray.
Blues
and then there's
yellows. I have difficulties with.
Okay. So I'm now going to describe everything as like purple, red, and so that you can actually understand what the color is.
I have a friend who's it's like blue green colorblind or something like that. Like I know there's like different types, but so his is his blues and his purples that the colors are different. So
Yep.
he kept thinking that like he went to Planet Fitness and everything like that, and he thought it was all blue, but it was all purple. And
Yep.
he didn't know he was working out there for like years. He's like, yeah, like, and people
Yeah,
are like, yeah, it's purple. Like,
mine is specifically like I don't even know if it's colorblind. It might be. I don't know. No one ever told me. But mine is like dark blue and dark purple. I can't tell the difference, but it has to be like a similar dark shade. And then also,
I'm
like,
just an idiot.
well, no, also like red and orange. Certain shades look the same to me.
orange, yeah.
I have
red and orange.
the opposite problem.
Like I had a pair of orange shorts. I could have sworn they were orange the entire time I was wearing them. Turns out they were pink. I had no idea. I had no clue. I wore them to the beach in high school. I wore them to the beach in high school, and I wore best swimsuit because they thought I was brave. Like, what are you talking about? They're orange. They're like, no, you're a dude wearing pink.
But
Those
your
are
brother,
not pink. The fuck are you talking about? But I mean, since then I was like, fuck it, I'll wear pink. I don't care. But like in that moment, I had no clue. They looked orange to me. So there's certain shades that I can't tell the difference. Hey, look, he's back.
I totally thought you were asleep, Judd.
I went to go get ready for bed. So
No, he was watching Pornhub. Look, his hair, it's messy. He was off having his,
So
That's crazy.
it's interesting because Ty is colorblind and I have tetrachromancy, which means I actually see extra colors.
Oh.
I want to see extra colors.
Yeah.
So it's
well, fuck you too.
It's thought to be rare enough among human beings. Research has shown that it's more common in women than men. And it's
Well, yeah, I've heard that.
12% of women have this fourth color perception channel.
I mean, color blindness is more common in males than it is in females.
That's
I'm
because men suck.
about to just take they take the Sharingans out of people's eyes.
It's about 12% of women have it.
Nice. So Merida and Steven, you guys stayed in the bar. Everyone else exited. So as you two are in the bar and the music begins to start up again, you watch Yorick and Vidar have both left. Steven and Malador left, or Garrison and Malador left prior to that. Are you two staying put or are you following suit? What's up?
That is a really good question.
Yeah. Would you two be staying put in the bar and re-enjoying the music as it begins, or are you going to follow?
Just saying, we said we would stay together because of Xander.
Yeah, but you didn't. Garrison and Malador took off.
Yeah, true.
And then shortly after, Yorick and Vidar stepped out, and the only thing that they have is your footprints. And then Merida and Steven are still in the bar.
I'm gonna stick my head in and just. Oh no, they won't be able to fucking hear me.
No, the music just started. It's not as loud as before. You still have a few seconds.
Merida. Ven acá.
Roll out. Autobots. Roll out.
What?
Can you come here, please? Sorry, that was I didn't realize you didn't speak Tiefling.
No. Because all I got is Common, Elvish, and Panda.
Which, by the way, Merida, if you would like to make up what that language sounds like, you're more than welcome.
Sorry, Merida.
I'm not a fucking cat. I'm not your fucking pet. I am not darling. Screw you.
Come here, Merida.
Vidar, you know what would be funny if me and you just completely created the words and everything, and just so we could just have full-on conversations with nobody understanding us.
We 100% need to do that.
I agree.
Create the tiefling language.
Yeah. Ixnay Uchpay on the down low way.
Start speaking Peg Latin with a little bit of raspy to it.
I mean, I've already picked out Abyssal and Infernal. I just need
Yeah,
to
I know.
pick Celestial.
But what would you two like to do before we switch cameras?
I mean, honestly, Merida has never been to the city. She has no idea
I'll
where
be right
she
back.
is. She has
All
no idea what the other idiots are doing, so she's probably going to be smart and just stay.
Okay,
Merida.
even after Vidar asks you to approach, you're gonna stay put.
Especially after Vidar does the piss at me.
I know. I that was above table. That's not how he just says, Merida, Steven, can we come outside, please? It'd be a good idea if we stuck together.
I'll probably just hop off the bar stool and head towards the door.
Okay. Steven, are you as well? Okay.
I'll
So
hold open the door as they walk through, and then I'll close it when they come to.
So the four of you are now outside. Yorick and Vidar point out the footprints that they noticed heading off in a direction. Malador and Garrison are not outside, and neither is the gentleman that they left the bar to pursue.
Wait. I'm not gonna point out the footprints to them because I
Okay.
want to pretend I'm some great tracker.
Okay,
I'm joking. No, go ahead. I just want to be stupid.
that's up to you.
No. We point them out.
Okay. So,
Follow him. We're following him.
okay. The four of you. Okay.
You know, it's good for us to stay together. And I don't know why Garrison and Malador left.
All right.
But
And to that point, Garrison and Malador, you guys pursue, you follow the footprints, you take the sharp left turn. Garrison, from what you remember about Gaudium as a city, is it is a grid pattern. Even though there are a lot of changes here, you can only assume that it is still a grid pattern. So, being your time on the battlefield may have been open, but there were a lot of times where you had to like sneak around and catch someone off guard, or they started to try and run, so you had to run up here and go this way and catch them off. So your garrison would be familiar. I'm not saying very good with grids, but familiar with grids.
Mhm.
You're more used to open combat, sword to sword battlefield. But in your pursuit, how would you like to pursue? Are you literally going like foot for, because you're fast as shit, but are you literally going foot for foot, or do you want to try and head him off at a pass? Are you two splitting up? Or are you staying together? How are you doing this?
I'm gonna stay together with Garrison for sure.
You can't unless he slows down, but
yeah, no. I'm just gonna try and speed ahead and get in front of him. In the next alleyway. So, like the next, we're in an alleyway right now, right?
yes. Yeah,
So-
you're in between two buildings, and it's an alleyway that's like, even for you, and it's a good thing you went back to your tiefling form, because like even for you with your plate mail, both of your shoulders are rubbing against. So you have to go off a little bit to the side just to make sure that you're not scuffing up your armor that you just got back. Because if you're going normal, even your shoulders are like, you're making sparks on the walls.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll follow. I mean, I'll wait till he gets to a bigger alleyway, obviously, but
yeah.
And then once I see that's the alleyway he's heading towards, I'm going to try and get in front of him.
Okay. So make another perception check for me. Are you doing it quietly or just quickly?
Yeah, I mean both.
Okay, so since he's going to try to be in front of him, can I be behind him?
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
But if you're doing it quietly,
yeah, quietly,
then give me the stealth. If you're doing it quickly, then give me the athletics. It's up to you which way you want to do this.
Are we doing it stealth or are we doing it fast, Garrison?
Perception's 23. Stealth.
Okay. Because I didn't roll very good for stealth, I'll tell you that much.
Okay, that's whatever.
So, sorry. What am I doing now?
What'd you roll for
stealth.
stealth?
I have a roll for stealth.
I want to hear what his is.
That's gonna be a 12.
Yeah, mine wasn't. Nah, I had a 4, so.
Okay.
Yep.
So here's what happened. You're fast enough to the point where I'm not able to. I can't say like, oh, he evaded you. There's no way.
Yeah.
However, you were loud enough to the point where he heard you coming. So even though you do get around him, and the two of you are now on each side of him to the point where he can't get away unless he figures out a way to climb walls, he does get an attack of opportunity.
Well, I'm not attacking him yet.
He is.
Good, that means I get to eat.
Well, because the second he looked at me, I was going to use my vampire sight.
Oh, I know. But again, this is opportunity. So if you want to use that, you can.
Yeah.
But it'll be after he takes a swipe. And your sight. Yeah.
Listen, I just want to talk.
I want to eat.
Only one. Okay. Yep. You know what? Because of that, go ahead. That'll negate what I was about to do.
What? Oh,
the sight.
Okay. He has to make a save.
Yep.
Yeah,
grant you the ability to peer into the mind of any target 30 feet from you. Only one for now, and they can be friend or foe. They need to make a wisdom save to resist. On a fail, they are a non-active zombie for 1 minute. Oh, that is a natural 2.
Nice.
Perfect.
So he is a non-active zombie for 1 minute.
Cool.
So as you're rushing in toward him, you kind of do like a weird, even though your stealth was horrible, but your speed is to the point where you can like run on the wall if you need to. You kind of do like a Jason Bourne parkour up around the wall to get around him. And as you stop and turn around, you use your vampire sight, and right when he's about to attack you, he just falls limp and stares.
I'm gonna approach him and take the sword from him, or whatever the weapon he pulled, and then I'm gonna say, like, we already have enough people coming after us, and then I'm gonna bite him.
Okay.
I wanted to bite him.
Well, I haven't eaten, so
I'll get
That is very true.
I'll get the next bite.
That is very true.
This isn't gonna be like Lady and the Tramp, all right? Like me and Malador in the alleyway.
He doesn't roll anything. So
Yeah,
it's
he's
an
fucked.
automatic. It's an automatic success. So do your thing.
Yeah.
I will, however. He does, however, have to do the wisdom save.
Again, yeah. And then,
but other than that, you've got him.
Yeah. I don't know why I just did that. Instead of just rolling with D6 + 6.
Oh, that's fun.
Nice. 12, 13.
Okay, so you gain control.
Oh, nice. He failed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
So not only is he zombified for 1 minute, or 1 round in combat, but you gain control of him entirely, so that 1 minute is now obsolete.
Cool.
I like that.
So
So he goes from this to.
So all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna, take any. Does he have any information or anything on him, like letters or stuff that I can pass off to Yorick? Anything? I'm gonna kind of like pat him down real quick.
Make an investigation check.
Or even I'll just tell him like anything pertaining to my friend.
Are you drinking?
I did already. Yeah.
Okay. So do your bite damage. Let's see.
Yeah.
You don't need to heal, but let's see how much you take.
13.
Okay. As you remove your teeth, you see that the veins below the neck and then off this way and like down the collarbone to the chest and are all like protruding out. Which in your very small experience doing this, that amount of damage nearly killed him.
Yeah.
But yes, as you tell him empty your pockets, he just starts fucking
give me anything.
Yeah, and he pulls out a scroll and he pulls out a notebook and he literally like gets naked. He just tears all of his clothes off.
So then I'm going to hand him one of my alchemist flasks.
Wait, Malador's wait.
Nope. If you try to eat him, they're gonna know it was you.
Yeah, you got a point.
I'm gonna tell him. I was like, take this alchemist flask, walk over the next street to that public area, and emulate yourself. Like throw the flask on yourself, burn yourself alive.
So he grabs it and then he turns around in this really tight alley, and in all of his glory, he walks and he bumps into Malador. And bumps into Malador.
No.
Bumps into Malador. Do you move?
Yeah, Malador. Move.
Yeah, I move.
All right. He shimmies by, and you see him exit the alley, out into the broad daylight, take a left turn, and that's the last you see of him.
And
I want to poke my head out to see if he actually does it.
Well, when you poke your head, when you make your way back and you poke your head out, you don't see him, because the instructions were to find another alley. You don't know which one.
No, I said a public place.
Yeah, he said in the middle of the street.
Yeah, in public, like so people see.
Yeah, in the middle of the street. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you wanted him to go down another alley. Okay. So rewind film. So he pops out, and Malador, before you even make it to the edge of that alley to go see if he did it, he's just standing there still, body kind of shaking, bursting into flames.
Perfect. Awesome.
Make sure you remove one from your inventory.
Yep. And then I will speed back. I'll grab Malador and speed back to the bar.
As you grab him and speed back, heading back to Ebris?
Yeah, like to the group.
So as you shoot out of the alley, holding on to him, I mean, he again did this in a public spot. He walked out of the alley in broad daylight into the middle of the cobblestone street and lit up. And I mean, there were 30 people, witnesses. So as you're shooting out of the alley, you're like just screams of "Oh my god!" It just like people coming over with water buckets trying to douse him. And the way these flasks work is, and this is the first time you've ever seen it work. You didn't know what these did, but you notice a bucket of water being thrown at him, and it made the flames bigger.
Awesome. So my idea will work.
So as someone tries to like drown out the fire with water, it explodes. Now here's the problem. It explodes and there's 30 people.
Not my monkey, not my problem.
That's all you notice as you walk away, or as you burst away, is screams, someone threw water, the flames got bigger, the screams got louder. And that's it.
Yeah.
Wasn't us.
And you shoot down and pretty much run right into the rest of the group.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey guys.
So Vidar and Steven and Yorick and Merida, just like as you guys turn to follow these footprints, there's Garrison and Malador. Just out of fucking nowhere. And you know, and
Malador.
down the
Hey, what's up,
street,
man?
down the street, you hear screaming, and even in the daylight, you see a blinking light that one can only assume is fire.
I'm going to look past Malador and Garrison at the fire, and then look
Wasn't
back at
me.
Malador.
And
It
you see a
wasn't me.
crowd of people. You see a crowd of people. A lot of screaming from the crowd of people.
Yeah, I'm just going to
I
look at
may have
Malador.
been I may
at
have
Garrison.
been involved, but I didn't do it.
Garrison, I may have, or not Garrison, Malador, I may have a lead on where we may be able to find your mother.
How? I talked to everybody.
I'm sure you
talked
did.
to 4 people.
I'm sure you did.
Well, he talked
we
to
need
2.
we need to find the city cemetery. I was told it was in the western part of the city.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, Garrison can lead us to the
Only-
it's if you're familiar with there's a catacomb entrance. Apparently she lives down there. She's got bodyguards. People go down there, don't come back up. Do you know what we should expect?
Maybe she'll recognize me, or the guards will recognize me, and maybe we get in free.
I don't know if it's your actual mother. I just said
Oh,
I may
so
have a
we're gonna
lead.
go harass a random lady.
She's a red tiefling with horns that come out of her head and curl at the back, kind of like ram's horns. Has white markings all over her face. And they call her the, what do they call it? The red mage?
Red mage.
They call her the red mage.
I'm
So
not
I'm thinking,
magical, so it doesn't sound like me.
and you don't have to be magical. My father was super magical, and I'm not very magical. I cut myself for attention.
So
I don't know.
let's go off of your leads then. What do you got?
Not a damn thing.
Exactly.
The owl guy.
Exactly.
What you guys have behind you is a fucking like town crisis inferno happening. That's what you've got right now.
Yeah, I think
I
we
love
need to
how
hurry up and
I love how nonchalant this group is. Hey, there's people burning back there. So I got a lead on your mom.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like he looked at it, looked at Malador, looked at Garrison. So I have a lead on your mother.
I love it so much, man. I love how nonchalant this fucking group is. Like, hey, there's people dying over there, so I have a lead on your mom.
Like Malador
she's in
said,
it.
not my monkey, not my problem.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Not my monkey, not my circus. I love it. I love it so much. They will be back in a minute.
All good.
I'm ready to go
Yeah,
to
So
sleep. Man.
what did I get off of
Yeah, what did he get?
Alberic? Alberic?
Abric?
Alberic, yeah.
The scroll that you got as you open it up was actually what looks like a map of the prison beneath the Royal Guard Palace.
Interesting.
And then the notebook that you got as you open it up is actually very well researched and very intricate details on every member of your party.
Oh, that's fucking terrific. I'm glad we burnt him to a crisp.
Yep. City. Sorry.
That poor guy. Yeah, he probably had all this elaborate plan.
And I mean, every member, you see pages for Adam, you see pages for Xanthus and Octavius, you see pages for Bleat, you see pages for, actually, let me, hang on just a second. I'm gonna do something here. Give me one moment.
Yep.
Do.
That leaves questions. I wish we wouldn't have burnt him alive.
You see pages on someone called Zyron.
Was that the paladin?
You don't know.
That was
That's
with
not
us?
a name you recognize.
Oh, it's not. Okay. I remember that. No, I'm talking about the. Wasn't there somebody in our party for like a day? He was like a paladin.
You don't know Darmont? No.
Oh,
Just
okay.
Bleat, the guy that you just met at the bar. Adam, who you know died. Xanthus and Octavius, who you found out later died. All of you guys, and then a name you don't recognize is Zyron. Zihron.
Zihron. Anything else, money wise, or
Nope.
What was the sword that he had? Just a regular sword?
Just a regular sword. Nothing really.
Short sword, long sword, scimitar.
Short.
He didn't have any money. He was just gambling money. Like
he left his money on the table.
He left his money on the table and fucking fucked off, and then you guys went and burnt him.
Okay.
But with all that information going on, Vidar may have a lead on Malador's mother, this strange red mage. You guys just had someone publicly murder themselves, and who knows what kind of damage that's going to cause, or what kind of alarms or red flags that's going to send up.
Do you have art for her? Question for his mother yet? Because I could maybe find some.
But as you guys move on to the next step in your long-winded, very weird adventure, every single time you guys go on weird fucking adventures, we are going to end there tonight.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad I got to see that guy burned alive.
I'm glad I got to see it. It was so much fun. Everyone should burn alive at least once.
Yeah. I mean, we've already got so many people after us. Just might as well just.
What's one more?
Yeah.
What's one more? Fuck it. Who cares?
That's why I couldn't let him go. Like.
And he had shit on all of us, which is good.
I mean, to be fair, you could have had him do it somewhere that wasn't in the middle of a public street surrounded by people, but you know, tomato.
All right, so I got an inspirational quote before I head out.
Oh yeah, I've missed these. Come on, bring it on.
When life gives you lemons.
Yeah, I love it. Yes, that is very, very on point. Hell yeah. When life gives you lemons, he just fucking leaves. Exactly. Yes. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Then you find someone whose life has brought them vodka and have a party. Yeah, we ended York. I can catch you guys up. But
I had to go help Jill with.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I saw what she wrote, and that's fine. Is she okay?
Yeah, she's all right.
All right. So, Garrison and they can tell you about it, but Garrison and Malador caught up to the guy and had him empty his pockets and sent him out to the road to, He used an alchemist flask and burnt himself alive in the middle of a crowd. And then they ran to catch up to the rest of the group. So now you guys are all standing like just outside Ebris as a group.
Yeah, he's dead.
With about like 200 feet.
My bad.
About 200 feet off to the west, a rather large crowd of people surrounding a flaming person.
Yep.
With screams and shit in the distance. But Vidar also had a supposed lead on Malador's mom. So that is where we left off.
Okay.
Or that is where we ended.
Who needs Troc anyway? Who needs Troc anyway? I got a big scary shark man and a vampire.
Yeah, don't worry. We
fuck
took
with the
care
shark
of him
man.
for you.
All right. I just love it how like you guys can't have a calm day.
No.
I love it so much.
What do you mean? The journey here, that day that York rolled a nat 1. That was a calm day.
That was a very calm day. But then you get here and I just describe everything as like hustling and bustling but well mannered. And then it just all goes to shit from there. It's like it's the greatest thing ever. But yes.
Listen, that guy did it to himself. I don't know what to tell you.
He really did.
But Garrison, I know you said that you're not up for a double this week, which is fine. If anyone else is, and there's enough of you who want to, we can play again.
I think everyone said they were except Garrison.
Yeah,
well, fuck him.
I
mean, hi. How are you?
Off until Tuesday.
Okay. So, Judd and Ty, Jill, Jake, if you guys are all up for it, we'll
any day,
play again.
Anytime.
I will see if what's his face is up for it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm pretty sure Vidar already said he was.
You guys have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night, Garrison.
See you guys later.
Later.
See ya.
Bye.